Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Monster of the Week.
Yeah!
Woo!
I am the keeper of stories and secrets, Kelly McLaughlin, and we are joined today by our very good friends.
Jill Denitis playing Addie Truman, the wronged.
Mitchell Roberts, I'm playing Jasper Cunningham, the Flake.
And Joe O'Gorman playing Steve Miami Ashcroft, the expert.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you couldn't tell, we are not running Drakkenheim this evening. Monty is doing some very important things that required his attention. So I am taking over, and we are going to be running episode 4 of our Monster of the Week campaign. And this will be the final episode in this story arc. For those of you who have not seen the first 3 episodes, that's fine. Welcome anyway.
Yeah.
To catch you guys up, when we last left our heroes, we had gone through a whirlwind of events.
Flew out of a
So
plane.
to start at the beginning, you guys investigated a haunted house.
Yeah.
There was a lot that happened there. You were amateur investigators who had a YouTube series, and you were trying to get fake footage to build up your ghost stories. Some of you believed in ghosts, some of you didn't. But after that night in that house, you all believed in ghosts, more or less.
Because ghosts are real.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If they make us money, they are real. Real enough.
You were then picked up by the FBI in Canada for some reason, and you were sent to investigate a facility in Alaska because there had been rumors of them researching some paranormal activity, and they were doing a lot of experiments and tests, and then all of a sudden the facility went dark. They also knew that there was somebody transporting things to the facility that they wanted you to investigate on board a plane. Turns out that the thing that was being moved to the facility was a ghost that then attacked everybody on the plane.
Yeah.
And you guys survived a plane crash. Steve Miami Ashcroft
Easy.
drove out the back of a plane in a car and survived.
It's the most realistic thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And then you were stranded in Alaska, where you met Anthony, who was very helpful and brought you into his cabin after you fought a monster for a while. You had a snowmobile chase through the woods,
Yeah.
and you had to repair a radio tower so that you could get a signal back to call for help and to be able to call Jasper 2, your longtime friend who helps you from afar.
That's right.
And
My internet buddy.
your internet buddy.
Met on MSN 15 years ago.
Exactly.
But
And you
those are
guys
the
have been-
relationships that last.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones on chat rooms from
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Those
You
are
can customize your name. Put little emojis in it.
Yeah, before emojis, you had to use a lot of symbols.
Yeah.
It was
to express
It's a
emotion.
good time.
it was a dark time for us all.
It's a
Yeah.
dark internet time.
So when we last left you guys, you had repaired the radio tower. Steve Miami Ashcroft almost was eaten alive by what we have dubbed the meat monster.
The
Yeah.
meat monster, yeah.
I was given the kiss of life.
Given the kiss of life by Jasper Cunningham. And you guys lived and made it to the facility where Anthony met back up with you with Steve Miami Ashcroft's car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Which-
got snow tires. so
It has
it's
snow
fine.
tires now.
Yeah.
It's got a working engine most of the time.
Yeah.
And Anthony had made for you 3 mines
Yes.
that he wants you to use to blow up the facility. And the question was, why?
Yeah.
And he said, let me tell you my plan. And that is where we left off.
Oh.
So, without further ado, we're going to get into it. And that is where our story begins. So you three stand outside this nondescript building. It looks like a giant warehouse. There's a large door in front of you that looks like it is sealed pretty tight, and you guys are parked outside of it, leaning up against Steve's car as Anthony tends to your wounds, and he has like a little med pack with him. He is tending to the many puncture wounds on Steve, and the rest of you guys are doing not too hot either. There were some bumps, bruises. A few of you guys fell off of a radio tower more than once.
Yep.
It was intense. So he's tending to your wounds and he's going over the plan. Anthony, again, is kind of a big, burly guy, big beard, thick-rimmed glasses. He's wearing a plaid jacket, as one does when they live out in the woods. And he is kind of fixing you guys up, and he starts going over the plan, and he's like, okay, so I used to work at this facility, so I can get us in there, but I was never allowed in most of the rooms. I was a very low-end scientist in here.
Can I use my power already?
Sure.
Can I read his mind as... So, should I say what I chose as a level up?
Oh yeah, all three of you guys leveled up, so why don't we go into that?
Okay. Okay. So I chose telepathy. One of those. The audience choice.
GIF and GIF. The debate continues.
Yeah. So I chose to read people's minds, but I can also, not only can I read their minds, I can I can communicate with them through our minds. So that means I can investigate mysteries, read their minds, manipulate them, or read a bad situation.
Awesome. What did you guys choose?
So I chose Power of Hearts to take on the skill from the Mundane book. So when I help out, because I believe in us so much, I automatically get a +10 instead of rolling plus cool.
Boom.
Awesome. And Steve?
I took from the Chosen Resilience. Because Steve Miami Jackson Ashcroft, I always say. It has a better ring to it. I might change my name after this. After we kill everything. Cool. Resilience allows me to heal faster because I survived a plane crash, getting eaten by a monster, getting attacked by zombies with fire, at least 2 snowmobile accidents in a very short amount of time, and I think I can't die anymore.
Yeah.
So Steve Miami Ashcroft has in his head that he's resilient to everything. He heals faster than normal. Anytime I get harm healed, I get an extra point, and wounds count as 1 harm less for the keeper's harm moves. So he's just tough. He's really showing off his Miami lifestyle.
Amazing. You also have a move that you can use at the beginning of a mystery.
Yeah, the connect the dots.
Yeah, did you want to roll that as well now?
Yeah, of course. So just so the audience knows, at the beginning of each mystery, if you look for the wider patterns that current events might be part of, I can figure stuff out. So I should roll for it now?
Yeah, it's beginning of the mystery, we're going to roll.
So I got a 7. Do I add any modifier to this? I don't think so either. Oh, it's roll sharp. So, ooh, I got a 9, which doesn't help me actually. That's the same.
Like 7 or 9.
Ooh, that's the exact same. So I hold 1, which means I get to ask a question either now or later.
Whenever you feel necessary, you will know the wider picture, and you can ask me a question from that list at any time.
Okay.
Did you want to try to read Anthony's mind as he's...
Yeah. I'm just curious as to what his job was. That he maybe is a little quiet about.
Roll investigate a mystery.
That would be another 9.
All right, so on a 9, you can ask me one question. Is the question, what was his job?
Yes.
He was an apprentice.
Good for you.
You can read that. He was like in training. He was like a scientist in training.
Nice.
An
There's
assistant.
like a big burly beard and nice jacket. Cool. I can dig it.
So he's patching you guys up, and he tells you, every time I was in there, it was really creepy. I wasn't allowed in the lab, and I would hear mumblings of them talking about human experiments. Not only that, but there's an elevator in there that I was never allowed access to. The only people that had access to it were Dr. Price, who's one of the head doctors there, and a few of the other head scientists, but it was maybe 3 or 4 people that ever went into the elevator. So, my theory, once we get in there, I know there's a control room. If we can get me to the control room, I can get kind of a layout of the area. And our walkies should be working now that you guys have turned on the radio tower.
Roger, Roger.
Roger.
Roger, over.
Roger, Roger, Roger.
Yep, it's working.
Cool. Good test, guys.
Yeah.
So we're going to go in there. I need to get to the control room. From there, we need to find a way to get into that elevator. But we might need some sort of access key or card or something of the sort. So
I love it.
that's all that I got for a plan. Once we get down in that elevator, I've heard rumors of what he might have been doing down there. But I think all of this stuff that's been happening is because of what's going on in the basement of that facility.
Mad scientist-y stuff?
Well, Dr. Price was mad, and he was also a scientist.
Then it makes sense.
Putting,
You gotta look to the camera
You're
for
connecting
that.
the dots there. I
Yeah.
see that.
It's one of my abilities.
How does this relate to the ghosts that we've been fighting?
Now, I don't know anything for sure, and what I'm about to say is going to sound insane.
I mean,
I
from
know,
what we've
some,
seen.
yeah.
Some of the higher up scientists talked about a passage between our reality and the realm of the dead.
Like in the break room? Like they just
Yeah,
talked about it?
they were eating their ham sandwiches, and one of them's like, yeah, so that dark passage in the basement that we opened up to the realm of the dead. And the other guy went, oh, that was pretty crazy, eh?
There's like
Of
throwing
course.
their trash in there.
They're evil. They were eating a ham sandwich. That's
Obvious.
evidence.
A plain ham sandwich. He must be
who
evil.
doesn't eat
Yeah.
ham sandwiches without at least lettuce and or some sort of cheese on there.
I
No
mean, I
mayo?
didn't go into full detail. Like, that wasn't important to the
He's
story.
evil.
I'm convinced.
We can infer from
We must
what you
kill
said.
Dr. Price.
You're right.
Wait.
We should kill him.
Think he's still here?
I mean, as far as I know, this facility has been pretty quiet for the last month, so...
Ever since they bought the ham. Sorry.
Maybe it was food poisoning.
Maybe, Jasper. Maybe. It might have been food poisoning.
Yeah,
might
like
have
that-
also
if
been...
the ham went
Ham.
bad. Or
It might have also been ghosts.
It's
One or the other.
probably-
It's either ham or ghosts.
From the
It's
amount of
one or the
ghosts
other.
we've run into,
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably go with ghosts on this.
That's
I'm
my theory as
50-50.
well. I think it's more likely than the food poisoning angle, but I mean, weigh out our options once we're in there. Like, look for clues. We're going to try to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions?
Can I read a bad situation? I want to try to figure out the best way in.
To this facility?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a key card
To the front door?
to the front door.
As it turns out, I rolled a perfect.
Yes. As you're like, guys, do you know the way in? He pulls out a key card and he's like, I kept this around. Now it only gets me access to the front door. Unfortunately, I only have level 1 access, so I don't have access to any of the other
Can you get into
facilities.
the control room?
I will find a way.
Do you know
And then he
people-
pulls out a shotgun and...
Nice.
What do you guys have? Do you guys have weapons? I don't know what we're going to be dealing with in there.
I mean, I take out my hunting
No.
rifle. And a big knife.
I pull out my magnum,
I make that sound as I pull out the knife.
and I have a silver sword,
Ooh.
and I have a duffel bag.
That's sweet.
And an assault. I think I
thank
picked
you.
up an
Silver
assault
sword.
rifle from your trunk.
Do we need
I
anything
have
from
so
the
many
trunk?
guns.
I also have this, and I'm gonna go get the Super Soaker 12 million
Yes.
from the back of the trunk.
All right.
Yes, please.
Roll to see if it's in your trunk.
Is there two?
Roll weird. 8. There's. I have it, but only the minimum.
It's the Super Soaker 500.
That's still pretty good.
Trudy, you can maybe Truman, you can maybe put this in your. You can put some holy water in it.
Okay, I'll take the gun.
I
for
could have
now.
sworn my little nephew must have taken the 12 million.
How much water does this hold?
About the same as a bottle.
Okay, one bottle.
Which is 3 sprays.
Okay.
Whoa.
Does he have better range than a bottle? Like
Yes.
squirting a bottle?
It's better than Jasper's like spitting water at monsters.
That's debatable.
It's slightly better.
If I pursed my lips a little better.
So Anthony goes up to the door. He's like, "Are you ready? I have no idea what we're gonna face in here."
You said you healed him. You have any more?
Yeah,
healing?
can you heal us?
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I'm like bleeding out of like
I have this
everything, and I'm
pack
like,
of
yeah,
deluxe band-aids. He starts applying band-aids to your wounds, and you all can heal 3 harm.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
I'm now not dying.
Hopefully you're all not dying now, but still slightly injured.
Yep. Definitely slightly injured still. Thank you. And I just have all these band-aids all over my face.
So because of my newfound ability...
Yes, you gain 4.
4.
Nice.
So I have a lot more health, but I still only have 1 luck point.
Yes, for those of you who have never seen Monster of the Week before, there is a mechanic called luck points. And at any moment, any roll, they can choose to use a luck point to fix their roll or make it better. Now, once they're out of luck points, I am allowed to use what's called hard moves on them instead of soft moves. Oftentimes, there's a mix of soft and hard moves, but once you're out of luck, I make things very hard for you. So, we're going to see how fun that is tonight. And Anthony is like, "All right, guys, are you ready?" And he swings the key card across a little panel, and you hear this ka-chung as the door starts to slide open. It's this big metal door, and it starts to like slide open.
Wait, what day of the week is it?
It's a Tuesday evening.
Okay, so it's not super busy right now.
In the facility?
Yeah, or is this a 24/7 facility?
It's abandoned.
It's been quiet for some time.
Might be
Chances are it's going to be not busy.
Okay, good.
Can I quickly grab my explosive crossbow from my trunk?
Roll to see if it exists.
No. I knew it must have fallen out on the...
You open the trunk, and there are some regular crossbow bolts, but no crossbow. And no explosive bolts.
I take the regular crossbow bolts just because I'm going to find a way.
They are... Yeah. Great. All right.
Okay.
We got everything we need?
Probably not.
Awesome.
Just so everybody knows, I also have a shotgun, a flashlight, and a Garrett. I don't know how to pronounce anything. The thing that you strangle people with.
It's his accent.
As we walk,
so come from a
you guys start to walk into the facility, and you enter kind of a front entranceway. It's this large room, and there's doors in front of you, and one to the left and one to the right. There's little labels on the doors that you can make out. On the left, it says, "This way to control." The one on the right says locker room, and the one forward says main entrance and elevators.
Sweet.
Control room.
Yeah. And then we should also stop by the locker room, because maybe people left their badges in their locker.
Yeah, if we need to go back there and
get
it.
Or like spare socks.
Anthony looks and he's like, "That's actually an excellent idea. One of the first places I would check is the locker room."
Thanks, Anthony. Thanks for agreeing with me. I'm going to telepath, "You're a cool guy," right into his head.
I'm so cool.
Yeah, if we find Dr. Price's or any of the other high-level scientist badges, it might get us into the control room quicker.
Absolutely.
I want to read a bad situation and see, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Nice.
9.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, hold 1. So you get to ask me one of those questions. Now, before you do, I will give a little bit more scene setting, and then you can ask me which question you want. Okay. So you guys come into the facility, and you do. One of the first things you notice is that all the lights are off, except for red flashing kind of emergency lights.
Love it.
That seems
so you're getting this kind of flash of red in an otherwise dark environment.
Maybe it's Morse code. Okay. It's not Morse code. It's not Morse code.
As you try to determine if it's Morse code, you also notice that there are things kind of scattered along the floor. There's a table off in the corner with a few items scattered on it. It looks like, examining some of these things, there's people's clothes, pens, binders, notepads.
Scattered?
Kind of just scattered, like they were left in a hurry. You may ask your question.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
As you're listening closely, you hear something off to your right. Not in the locker room, but somewhere kind of out in the facility. You hear almost like a thumping sound.
A rave.
And yeah.
That explains the Morse code.
Boom. 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 And then you think you hear a distant smash.
I think we have trouble. And I point to the right, that way.
Ooh.
Do you hear it?
It sounds like a rave to me.
Nice.
Can I investigate a mystery?
My gun.
Yeah.
12.
Nice.
12. All right. You get to ask me 2 of those questions.
What sort of creature is it?
Ooh. I'm trying to think.
Or better yet, like, what happened here? What is, like, the facility still powered on?
It looks like the facility is running on reserve power right now. So certain things you're kind of gathering. You can hear like the hum and whir of like devices are on. Some of the computers seem active, but the lights are down, and it seems like main power has been shut down, or somehow something has deactivated it. But there is reserve power to help run the basic necessities of the facility. So that's what you notice has happened here. As for what creature it is do you want that to be your second question?
Maybe a mix of like what sort of creature is it and where did it go? Can I determine better?
So in your investigation, you notice 2 things as you're walking around this front entrance. The door that leads to the main hallway and elevators. There is a smear of blood that goes towards that door, and you also see a handprint that kind of is this dark goo, almost similar to the entities that you had faced previously on the door.
Anybody have a container?
For some goo?
Oh, I for sure have a goo container in my bag.
Nice.
Let me just grab it real quick.
I think I left that one out.
I have it, but it's not here.
It's in the car, which is just back there.
Really?
Go grab it. Go grab it.
I run out of the facility.
As you're running, the door starts to close.
Stay inside.
What do you do?
Leave the goo bag. I run back in. Yeah, I don't think I had it. It's probably my nephew. I think probably took it.
Oh, your nephew.
Yeah.
Anthony's waiting by the door to where it said control room this way, and he's like, "Are we done looking around the main entrance, guys?"
So we haven't gone into the locker room yet?
No.
Which
Is
way
that
the
locked?
locker room?
It's to the right.
Is it just to the right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the
Left
locker
control room, right locker room, straight bad times.
Do you guys want to do the locker room first?
Yeah.
If it's unlocked,
Let's try
what
it.
are you saying? You look apprehensive about it.
There was a banging, a thumping noise.
Oh,
coming
to the right.
To the right, and we can check it out. But
What's the bearded dude's name again?
Anthony.
Anthony. That's what I thought. I'm gonna send. Jasper actually knew your name the whole time to his head. He was just joking around with you. But in the control room, is there like a video wall where you can see cameras? There probably wouldn't be cameras in the locker room, would they? That'd be kind of.
No, there's no cameras in the
policy.
locker room, but there are cameras throughout the facility. So my hope is if I can get to the control room, I can radio you guys through the rest of this.
Okay, well, I don't know. Like, I guess we don't necessarily need them for the locker room. I'm just hoping that there's a pass in the locker room, basically.
I say we go check it out.
You want to go locker room?
Yeah, just cautiously.
Yeah,
cautiously.
I feel like we can, find some...
I take out the...
I also check.
The water gun. But, like, it's one of those handheld ones where it's like...
I pull my Magnum.
Alrighty.
We go to the locker room.
Have to pump up a bunch. Just building up the pressure.
Yeah, the 500's really weak,
so
too. Like, you
everybody
really
steps forward. There's like the of all the guns, and then Truman comes in behind it.
Yeah, that's the right sound effect.
I'm ready. So you guys push open the door to the locker room. It's pitch black inside again, except for that occasional red flicker.
Got my flashlight.
The locker room is in disarray. There are lab coats and clothing strewn everywhere. You see scraps of paper thrown about. Several of the lockers are thrown open and many of the items ripped to shreds that were inside. There are a few lockers that still look like they're intact, mostly along the back wall of this locker room. It's a square locker room with just one bench in the middle and lockers lining the 3 walls that aren't the one with the door on it.
So there's no other doors?
There's no other doors into the locker room.
No bathrooms?
No.
Cool.
Bathrooms are elsewhere.
Okay.
I want to read a bad situation.
Okay.
12.
Nice!
Hold 3.
Again, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
On an inspection of this room, you can see the one and only entrance and exit that you came in. And although it is in disarray, the only other thing that you notice that isn't necessarily a danger, but is something that you didn't notice right off the bat, is there is a air vent with the panel hanging off up in one of the corners.
Danger.
I'm going to...
She still has 2 more questions.
My bad.
Can I hold them?
Yes. They will only pertain to this room, and you're reading a bad situation in this room.
Okay. Then I'll finish them. What's the biggest threat?
On the wall opposite you, you see nothing in this room, but you can still hear that thumping sound. And it's coming from beyond the opposite wall, so it sounds like it's in a room next to the lockers.
Okay. And... what's my best way out?
You either have the air vent or the door behind you.
Okay.
Those are the only entrances or exits. So you guys come into the room. There's...
Like SWAT style.
Yeah, I have a flashlight. I'm behind you.
There are 5 lockers that look like they're relatively intact. The rest are kind of ripped to pieces.
I'm going to use my telepathy. I cannot say that regularly. I don't know how. On Anthony, and try to gather, because I could easily ask him, but I kind of want to impress him. What locker belonged to one of the people that would have had the badges to continue?
When you're communicating telepathically,
Yeah.
I think the way that it works is he doesn't know that you... Like, he just hears a voice in his head. And
So he's just like, I should have burgers maybe for lunch tomorrow, and then for dinner, maybe I should pick up... No, okay. I'm going to tell him to think about which locker has the badge in it.
Guys, the lockers should all have scientist names on them in case there's certain people you're looking for. Dr. Price would be an obvious choice. His daughter, Beth Price, also worked here as a leading scientist. And the only other leading scientists I remember were Brad Rogers, and then there was Benny and Lisa, whose names I called them all by their first name. But...
okay, cool. I'm gonna look for Price. Something Price.
You
on the
see
lockers.
2 lockers next to each other. One is labeled M. Price, The other one is L Price.
Are they both not messed around with?
The one labeled M Price still has a pretty hefty combination lock on it.
Hey, no thing. Maybe we could break in there somehow.
Maybe we could just bust the lock.
Yeah, maybe squirt some water at it. Or maybe I could use my garrote. No, I'm going to... Is there like a big heavy object in here? Like even the bench. Can I lift the bench, or is it...
It's bolted to the floor.
Bolted to the floor,
I mean, the butt of a gun sometimes works.
Yeah. I'm going to put
I can help you.
the thing at my face and go... No, just kidding. Let's both do it.
Yeah, we both take it,
and
so I'm gonna help him.
And a... Bam.
All right, so on your help out, you get an automatic... Win. So that's a +1. What roll am I going to ask you for to bust this open? You know what? Let's roll kick some ass and see how well you do. No harm will... I mean, maybe your gun goes off. We'll see. Okay. Roll it.
Okay, I was joking about the pointing it at my face part.
We'll see if you were. The roll will determine.
How... It's with all that telepathy.
I could use a haircut. I roll so far away. This is a kick ass, which is tough. So that's a 7.
8.
Oh,
+1.
8.
+1. So on an 8, you inflict harm on each other. So here's what happens.
On each other?
Now, I'm gonna
on the thing.
So you smash open the lock, and the gun goes off and fires into the ceiling. And there's a loud, audible bang, and everything goes quiet as you hear it echo through the entire facility, and the thumping stops.
No! Think about that.
Did we open the lock?
The locker slowly opens.
Get in there! Get in there!
What side of the wall was the locker facing? Was it facing towards the one of the other walls, or was it facing the way like the thumping was coming from?
It was facing the way the thumping was coming from.
So I want to try something. Truman.
Yeah.
I want to boost you up. Do you still have the video camera that we barely ever use?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to boost Truman up towards like the vent / area, and I want to try to record inside and see if we can figure out where that thumping is coming from.
I don't actually have it on me. I don't know where it is, but
the one time we use it.
Props.
I take it and you know how you can like switch the viewer so it plays down. Oh, yeah. So I like put my hand up and I'm watching the screen
in night vision mode. We obviously have night vision mode,
and I'm like,
in the vent just goes into a long, dark ventilation shaft. And the only thing that you can make out is a severed hand. Sitting...
Does it move?
At the very top?
No. There is also a name tag next to the hand.
Ooh.
Zoom in on it.
How far away? I'm going to flash my flashlight as well.
As you zoom in on it, the name tag reads Kyle.
Washes it out.
Kyle!
Kyle. Huh. Is it within reach?
That's not the name we had, right? Was it?
Sorry?
Is it within reach? I just want to get it.
You can reach in and grab the hand.
No thanks. No thanks.
No, okay.
The severed hand of Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Just a thumbs up. Okay. So yeah, let's look through the locker.
Yeah. Get me down from here.
Okay.
So it's the air vent, right? Actually, the air vent is moving off of its hinges, right?
The cover for it is hanging off its hinges.
Anybody have anything sharp, like a screwdriver?
I always have a screwdriver. Nope. I think I left it in the car too. I swear. Man, I am not prepared.
Can you look around the room, see if there's anything sharp?
Anthony's pretty handy. Anthony, don't you have a screwdriver?
Yeah, I got one right here.
Nice.
Thank you.
We asked.
Don't you start.
So
Where's Anthony?
The corners are off. It's just the one corner and it's kind of swinging down, right? Yeah. I want to take it up and close the vent, but just stab the screwdriver into the wall where one of the screws was to close it.
So it's jammed, and
you didn't need this back.
Yeah, you don't get it back, Anthony.
That was my best screwdriver.
You if you want to come back and get it afterwards, you can.
So you guys go through Dr. Price's locker. Inside, You do find some pretty standard. There's a lab coat. There's
I put it on. Yes,
it has,
I made you.
It has a name tag on it that says
you guys fight over it for a bit. But
It's mine.
Is it the woman's or the dad?
It's Marcus Price.
Okay. Cool.
And
I would have still worn it. Probably fit better.
You also find
daughters,
a personal
let's be
journal.
Oh.
This man is filthy.
I grab it and I start looking through it.
As you're looking through it, the whole thing is written in this almost like old-timey text, almost like he's writing poetry, but it comes off really creepy. As you read further and further, his like handwriting's getting more and more fierce, and he's starting to talk about it starts off as like lab reports, like personal goals, how they've discovered something amazing, how they've created a passage to a realm previously unexplored by humans, and that this science would lead him to discoveries unlike anything before. But as you start reading, it starts to get into almost scripture-like text of a new world and leaders being needed for the new world, and combining the essence of the dead with that of the living to create a new human race, more powerful. You see plans for human testing, and
What?
he talks about how the results are very promising and how he's began human testing. He also mentions having an associate fly in who's going to be bringing new material. And he thinks that he's going to start testing on himself once he believes that they are at the right moment to create something which he calls perfection in humanity.
I slam the book shut and I say, this guy's gone wackadoodle.
Wackadoodle indeed.
what's the last entry?
The last entry
To it.
marks the day that he said, I'm going to the passage in the basement and will start testing on myself. I believe I have perfected the formula. I believe that I can commune with the creatures through the passage, and that they will accept me as the new leader of this realm.
Slam it again.
Slam. With one hand, though.
Yeah.
Is his
put it in my bag.
daughter's locker open?
Next to it, there's no lock on this locker, but
Still
Jasper, you noticed something. A
Yeah.
few lockers over,
What's that?
there is...
I noticed something.
Sorry, I made a mistake. It was B. Price. Beth
Oh.
was his daughter's name. B. Price, not L.
Oh, okay.
You find a locker that's labeled L. Cunningham.
Well, that's my last name. I'm gonna check this out. Maybe it's a cousin or something. What's in here? Is it locked?
Are there many Cunninghams?
I got a cousin Richie and best friend of his. Always wears a leather jacket, but
Like best friend Cunningham or not best friend Cunningham?
no, like his best friend. Call him Uncle something with an F. I forget.
What's even more strange... What's even
Wow.
more strange is you remember when you were younger, you had an aunt whose name was Lisa Cunningham.
Oh,
And she she was a scientist who kind of just disappeared from your family's life several years ago.
wow. What a friggin' coincidence. Yeah, I'm gonna explore through Lisa's thing. I'd be like, sorry, but I gotta find out what this mystery means.
Maybe some old like birthday cards that weren't delivered.
Yeah, that's where. Why didn't she send these?
$5.
As you open it up, there's actually a picture on the inside of the locker with your mom, dad, and her.
How friggin' cute. Crap, I nearly
Save
cry.
that one.
And then I take it and I save it.
And there's also so there's her lab coat here as well.
I wear it.
You're just wearing all.
It's getting hot.
And yeah, you recognize the picture as having your parents in it. It's an older photo, like they were younger. It looks like it was right before they had you. And there's also a journal there as
Good.
well. It
I
looks
want
like the science team was required to keep journals.
Good. That's what I was hoping for. I'm gonna read that journal.
You flip through it. Most of it is just science mumbo jumbo. It looks like you get the idea that she was a research assistant, and she talks loosely about some of the weird things going on. And then you get to the last passage, which reads as so. They have submitted me for testing. I don't know what's going to happen. I told them I didn't want to, but they haven't given me a choice. I think I'm going to pack my things and leave tonight before they come.
Good.
I hope Jasper remembers me when I get home. It's been so long. I love all three of you. Lisa.
Gosh, I hope she got out of here. But she didn't even take her... I guess she probably wouldn't take her lab coat, would she?
Even Price didn't get his lab coat. It sounds like something happened that was unexpected.
In the pocket of the lab coat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask next.
There is a key card. Now, it's only a level 2 access.
This is Lisa's?
This is Lisa's.
What about Price's?
There was no sign of a key card.
Oh, level 2.
The key card says lab, control, med bay.
Awesome. Sick. Thank you, Aunt Lisa. I love you.
Use telepathy. Tell her.
I think she's pooping. I can't tell where she is. My brain automatically...
You try to telepathically find Lisa, and you actually get, like, a flash of just nightmare.
No! She's having a nightmare on the toilet while she's pooping. Okay.
I want to investigate a mystery.
All right.
Not do that?
Nope.
Just kidding.
Oh, wait. Actually, I got a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
So you get to ask me 1.
What is being concealed here?
So that's a good way to summarize everything. As you guys continue to look through the lockers, some more disturbing things come up. The only key card that you manage to find is Lisa's, but you also find a entry from Benny Park with a diary that reads that he too was submitted for testing, and he's excited to prove to Dr. Price how good of an assistant he is. So he's very excited about this possible human testing, and he thinks that they've made some leaps and bounds and that it's going to work this time. You also find in the locker of Beth Price an entry. It's been 24 hours since the injection. Dad asked me to keep a diary on how I feel. I haven't eaten. I tried to eat a sandwich, but it made me sick. I don't feel like I have an appetite at all. Also, I keep scaring myself when I see my reflection in the mirror. I look pale. Flip the page. They want to do tests. I don't want to do tests. Dr. Blackwell smelled good today. I can't place my finger on the scent. I could just smell him when he was checking up on me. Next page. My body doesn't feel like mine anymore. I'm having a hard time focusing. Dad stopped checking on me. They want me in a tank for constant study. I do not want to go. And then the last entry, which is just scribbled in what looks like children's writing. And it just says, I ate Dr. Blackwell. Tank is home now. I want my dad.
Whoa.
Zombie-ish.
Yeah, that she needs a new pediatrician. That's for sure.
Not a cool dad either. Like, yo, I'm gonna test my... I mean, not a cool place to work. No matter how much you get paid, don't let them test on you.
Yeah,
who are you telling this to?
Let this be a PSA to the world.
Yeah, I feel like when I
if there's one thing we have to let the world know.
There's one thing you can learn from this.
Don't let scientists just inject
what you surmise from this is that
guys, I want you to, like, for the video.
Yeah. World, listen up.
This is a diary we found. Whoa.
Once a camera gets on me, I can't.
No, I want you to test it by licking it.
Licking the camera?
The diary?
Oh. Yeah.
Where's this video
I feel this is the dare.
Take your own advice,
It's at this moment that thumping comes back, but this time much closer.
Where?
We are not paying attention.
It's going along the wall next to the locker room.
We should probably just
towards the entrance.
Ignore it and go to the
control room.
It's
moving towards the entrance.
Guys.
Yeah, we should book it
Let's get
across
out.
the hallway to the control room and drop Anthony off.
Okay, go. Go, 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 go.
I want to read a bad situation.
Okay. As you're running out of the locker room.
I got a 9.
All right.
Hold 1. What's the best way to protect the victims, i.e. Anthony?
As you guys run out of the room, the door to the main hallway bursts open,
Uh-oh.
and you just see this giant hand grab the railing, and it actually, or grab like the trim, the rim of the door frame, and it actually like rips a chunk off the wall.
Holy moly.
And you hear this low as you see this foot kind of step into the room, and in the flashing red light you can't quite make out what it is, but across from you is the door. The best way to protect the victims is to get the hell out of here.
So, I just push Anthony and I start running. Like, so if I got this right, if we look straight ahead, it's the way to the control room, and to our right is that main hallway.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try to book it past pushing Anthony along.
As you push Anthony along, he goes to turn his gun at the creature, and he fires it, and it goes wide and hits the wall next to the creature as you guys all catch a glimpse of this giant, hulking mass of muscle and meat and tissue. It almost looks like it could have been a human, but its skin is gone. And it has these kind of like dark, almost ethereal tendrils coming off of it as it pushes itself through the doorway, and it looks like it's about 3 times the size of a normal human, just mass of muscle. And it looks at you guys as you run through the door into a long hallway that goes to a bunch of small offices, and at the end you can see in the flickering red light a door with a sign on it that says control room.
Please be unlocked. Please be
Oh
unlocked.
my gosh. Yeah. Running.
Yeah.
Running.
Can I run ahead and like, actually, I want to like check the door to see if it's unlocked.
It's locked, but there is a key card pad next to it.
You have
I run
level
up
2.
and I key card.
I'm going to have you roll act under pressure.
You kidding me? Shit.
Can I help?
How are you helping him? This is him. He's
not good.
So he's trying to like.
he's Rudy, not Rudy. Oh man, Truman. Truman ran ahead, and then turns around and goes, "We need a key card." And as Jasper runs, he starts to trip. As the beast, you can see like this boom, boom, and there's like this shape just outside the door behind you.
I want to reach into Anthony's pocket and grab his key card because he is a level 1, which gives us access to
Only the front door.
I throw my key card as I'm falling. I throw it towards them.
And I go to grab it.
All right, you catch the key card.
Okay.
As Jasper falls and lands on his face just in front of the door, and the door starts to slowly open.
This horrible door! Come on! Go, 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 go! I'm gonna turn around with my shotgun and just kind of be on the floor, just like prepared.
Cool.
As the door opens, can I put myself in between? You know when you like try to squeeze an elevator door open?
Yeah.
I want to try and like push the two, because it's like a sliding door, right?
So right now Jasper is back at the door that you guys ran through.
Okay.
You're over at the other end of the hallway.
Oh, that's not where.
Yeah, that's where you tripped. Sorry, you
I
were.
thought it was closer.
You were
the
running
door.
and you tripped, and the door back out to the main entranceway is slowly opening.
Okay, then I don't pull my shot. I'm gonna keep running.
Okay, you're scrambling along the floor. You're at the control room, and you swipe the card, and the door, you hear it unlock.
Oh, okay, and I push it open.
All right.
And I go, 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 go! Come
I'm
on!
gonna leave. Anthony's running.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run back and grab Jasper and start to try to like pull him up.
I'm gonna throw down one of the remote mines.
Anthony yells back. He's like, "We need those to blow up the basement."
I'm just throwing it there. I'm not exploding it yet. It's
right.
it's a failsafe.
You throw it onto the ground. Anthony bursts into the control room. You help Jasper up. I'm gonna have you roll act under pressure.
Whoa.
Steve.
7.
You can help Jasper up, but both of you are going to be closer to that door than you want to be.
Or I can leave Jasper.
Or you can leave Jasper.
Go without me. Survive.
I hear a faint voice in my head say, "Go on without me, survive." I go, "Yep."
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
all right.
I do that. Nice.
You all run into the control room and close the door. Jasper.
I'm going to send a telepathic message to the monster's head. Like, there's something yummy behind me.
Roll manipulate someone.
Oh, come on. Okay. Manipulate someone. So that is a 7.
All right, this is... I have to figure out how this is going to work. They'll do it, but only if you do something for them. So, the monster... You see it start to push open the door, and it sees you on the ground kind of scrambling away. I'm going to have you do, like, one action to try to distract it, or, like, something to draw its attention away from you.
Is the door fully closed?
To the control room? As you guys ran in, is anybody standing at the door?
Because I want to yell, like, did we throw like a meat? Throw meat.
We should have taken the severed hand from the
I was like,
dang it. I told you we gotta get... No, I turn on my flashlight, and then I send it spinning down the hallway towards him.
As the flashlight spins underneath the monster's legs,
you say that, I'm just like...
You see it turn away, and the door swings back to closed, and you hear the thumping kind of trail off as it, like, is playing with this flashlight, and...
Oh, it picks up my flashlight?
Yeah, and it runs off.
Okay, then I pick up the remote mine that I dropped real quickly, and I go meet them in the control room.
As you guys get into the control room...
Close the door.
There are several TV screens, as well as on the wall, a map of the entire facility. And Anthony kind of sits at the seat, and he starts, like, clicking around on the controls, and a few more of the screens flick on. And he's looking at the map, he looks at the different screens. All right. I have the layout of the whole place now. Do you guys have your walkies?
Roger, roger.
Probably.
Yes.
Sounds like we already have some problems, obviously. So we're going to need to work as fast as possible. That creature can't come into this control room. So once you guys leave, I'm locking the door. Hopefully it can't break down doors. By the looks of it, it probably can, and I might just end up dying. So that's great.
Let's barricade the door.
Once you guys leave, I'll barricade the door. There's like some filing cabinets and stuff. He's like, I'm going to push those in front.
Nice.
I'll come get you, or I'll come meet you guys once the coast is clear. But I can at least radio you guys to where you need to be. There's a few things that we might want to look at. First of all, that elevator to the basement, it's not going to work unless we get the main power back on. Main power, looks like there's a generator that we can turn on. It's a floor below us.
Is there a fire escape version of the elevator? Like, let's just say the power goes out when they're down there.
It's got to be stairs.
You see, Dr. Price liked to have a secret lab.
Even a ladder?
Nope.
Okay.
There is a ladder in the elevator shaft, which you can use to get back up if you need to.
Okay.
It's going to be a tough climb.
Yes, okay.
So there is the generator. We need that activated. We also will need a key card, which I'm assuming is going to be in Dr. Price's office if it wasn't in his locker.
Okay.
There's the lab, which is in the east wing, off to the right. His office is at the very end of the west wing. There's also a med bay, which you guys could use to get supplies if you needed to do more healing. That's at the far back corner of the east wing as well. Other than that, you guys need to get to that basement.
Price's office. Make sure we get the key card. Turn on the generator. If we have time or if we need it, we have the med bay. And then get down that elevator.
Yeah.
And figure this thing out.
You could stop by the lab. You don't have to. It's not that important. But, I mean, there might be clues as to what was going on here in the lab. But I'll leave that up to you. I'll radio you guys through it.
Could be some good footage.
Nice. Always thinking about the show.
We just gotta
produce.
I'm trying to push our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Maybe
like,
get
I'll
some
try to
subscribers.
remember to film while we're running away from being killed.
Yeah.
Well, hey, what's up? Like, subscribe. What we're going to be doing next is going into a abandoned elevator shaft to try to figure out a demon / paranormal thing that is bridging the gap between humanity and some extraterrestrial world. We're hoping that a monster that was chasing us doesn't eat us. If you like it, comment for part 2.
Yeah, really quick. Ice bucket challenge. We nominate.
Oh, man. Oh, that's crazy.
Where did the
It
ice
all
come
goes
from?
to charity.
Where did the ice bucket come from?
It is in the mind. Theater.
I
Where do you
nominate
guys-
Gary from Saskatoon.
Yeah.
He's
Where
got
are
we're
you
gonna
guys
add it
going
in
to head
post.
next?
If we have time afterwards, we'll redo that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you guys
Take
heading
2.
to next?
I guess we need to
The
go
office.
down a. Oh yeah. Wait, is the
Yeah,
office
I
on
think
this
we should
floor?
check the office.
Because we need to find prices.
Because
Thing.
if we don't have
Cool.
the badge to get in, there's no reason trying to turn on the elevator.
Yeah.
From the control room, you can either go, and he's like pointing at the map and showing you this. Anthony's like, from the control room, there is a hallway that goes straight to the main hallway again, kind of avoiding that whole area at the front that we just went through. Or you can go back through the front, but we're already in the left side of the facility in the control room. So if you take the path up, you can just connect to the main hallway and go straight to the very, very back, last office on the left.
Okay, the map, it's on the wall, right?
Yeah.
I pull out my art supplies and do a quick sketch.
I take out my phone and take a picture of it.
I have them, so I think they're in the car.
It's okay. Jasper takes a photo.
That's
the
way
map.
smarter. Oh yeah, we have cameras. I just wanted to really brag that I went to art school for a minute there.
Are you guys going or not?
Yeah, we're still in the
Roger,
same room
Roger.
as you, Anthony.
Anthony,
I'm really into impressionism.
I'm on the walkie because you guys should be halfway there by now.
Okay. But we're still
Anthony,
staring at Anthony,
You know how
right?
you can do beeps
Yeah.
on the walkie-talkies? If we beep 3 times, it means we're in trouble.
Or you could just yell, "Help! I'm in trouble."
What if
Yeah,
I'm
but
trying
it's
to be
faster
silent?
do beeps.
Okay.
God, Anthony, you're
Come on,
such
Anthony.
a good
Are
burly
you a team
man.
player? Be a team player,
I thought
Anthony.
you were a scientist.
I am. I don't understand how walkie-talkie lingo works. 3 beeps? I don't know.
3 beeps, we're in trouble, okay? Just in case we can't talk and else we can't
Ask
tell
me
you what's
anything
going on.
about the periodic table.
What is element 75?
That's obviously... And he says the right elements.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Wow.
I mean, he could have said anything.
guy
I
can
would
do
have known.
anything.
So,
Burly, plaid, bearded, and smart.
Yeah.
What a man.
What a man.
are you guys on your way?
Yeah, we're running.
Yeah, we're going.
We're
We're
hustling
saying
now.
what a man. As we're just talking about him.
What a man. What a man.
And
So
that
you guys-
beard. Oh, I wish I could do it.
You guys come into the main hallway, and you can actually see... So now you can see all the way down this end of the facility, as well as all the way down the central part to where the east wing would be.
Mhm.
And in the east wing, you can actually see in one of the rooms that same brute monster. It's far enough away that you can just barely make it out with the flickering. It's throwing things around in what looks like a lab, and then you see it kind of leave the room and carry on down that hallway.
Do we see my flashlight anywhere? Because it's still probably beyond.
It's carrying your flashlight.
Ah,
It
well, that's a
really
good way to
likes
know that it's coming.
Yeah.
Just look at someone with a flashlight.
True.
Cool. Did that on purpose.
Are you guys... So the office, it's the last one on the left.
Let's head in there.
We go there.
I got something weird on the scanners here. Oh. By
What's going
scanners, I mean the video screens. They're not really scanners. They're just... It's cameras that record video footage.
Yeah, Anthony, there's
What's
a lot
going
of explanation.
There is a woman floating.
Oh.
Floating?
Yeah.
Where?
She's just kind of hovering around that wing that you guys are going to be heading down.
Does she have a name tag?
I don't see a name tag.
Beth?
That'd be
Maybe it's
helpful.
Beth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is she look like a scientist or one of the monsters? Like, does she have skin?
I
I'm
mean-
really interested if she has skin or not.
She appears to have skin. I mean, the whole scientist and monster thing, they're not mutually exclusive to each other. She could be both.
Does she have blood around her mouth?
Let me...
Like she ate
Yes,
someone?
yes, she does. She does. She has blood around her mouth.
That picture that Casper took.
Oh. I
Put it
hope
up.
it's
Put it
not.
up to the camera.
Is it her?
The camera you're holding it up to is currently off. It's not working.
Plug in a wire.
Find a new one? Can we find a new camera?
I go to this. You can see us, right?
Not currently. You have to move further down the hall.
Okay. Should we go to his office first? I hope it's not my aunt. That'd be a bad reunion.
Yeah,
maybe it'd be a nice reunion. Who knows? Maybe she'll help.
I say we blow right through.
To the office?
Yeah.
Let's do
the
it.
office.
Okay, get your stuff ready.
Yeah. Wait, we're going towards the floaty?
Yep.
Well, whoever it is, we got to go there anyway. Okay.
I'm ready.
I shotgun. I shotgun.
As you guys carry on down the hallway, you come to a large clearing. It looks like this was a cafeteria of sorts. And the hall continues down past the cafeteria, and you can see more offices in that area. But as you're passing the cafeteria, all of your radios start to make kind of a sound. And Jasper, in your head, you hear a voice.
I hear a voice.
Jasper.
It knows my name. You guys, there's something in my head saying my name right now.
That means you're famous.
Who are you?
There's no response.
I think it's your aunt.
Oh
my gosh.
Could be my aunt. Honestly, I could not. I haven't seen her for a long time. Can I try to? If they don't respond, can I telepathically kind of guess where they are? Or like know a general location?
As you're trying to communicate, you don't have to work very hard to find out where they are. Because all of a sudden, all the tables in the cafeteria start to slide across the ground towards you. And at first, they're just kind of like...
Whoa. Hey guys, there's a... Guys, can you see this? The table's moving, you guys.
One of the tables flies up into the air all of a sudden right towards you. Roll act under pressure.
Sweet. 8. No, sorry, 7.
Can I help him?
How are you going to help him?
By pushing him. Or can I pull him out of the way of the... Yeah? Oh, you get a +1.
Thank you. Then that's 8.
Which... turns it from a moderate success to a moderate success.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Truman.
It worked.
Appreciate it.
So on your act under pressure, you can duck out of the way of the table.
Yeah.
And it's going to hit Steve.
Oh.
Who's the most hurt?
We have the same right now.
What?
Steve's the least hurt.
Huh?
Steve's the least hurt. He's fine.
Now we're both at 1, right?
No, you got
I'm gonna duck and then I'm gonna help Steve.
Roll help out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beating the system. Oh. You want to help me help him?
I'm only gonna allow one help for this.
Then that's gonna be a 6 from me, dog.
So you try to duck out of the way and push Steve out of the way. The table hits both of you.
Oh. Ah!
But less than it would have?
Yes, I'm gonna divide the harm, so it's 1 harm each.
I'll take it.
I don't take any harm.
Oh, why did I protect you?
Super resilient.
Why didn't you say that?
So the table hits Jasper and like kind of hits you, and you're just like, whatever.
It hits me in the head, and I've been hit in the head so many times that I'm pretty okay with it at this point. It's like already where an injury was, so I'm pretty, yeah.
It's at this moment that Jasper, you see in the middle of the tables, for some reason it wasn't there before, almost like flickering into existence.
What the?
There's just this woman floating, and she is naked, emaciated. Her skin is pale, and her arms are too long. Her fingers are long and spindly. And her back is facing you right now, and she has long black hair.
I take off one of my lab coats, and I'm just like, you want to get dressed.
Jasper.
Are you the one floating that's talking to me? Because if not, like...
Slowly, she starts to turn, and all of the equipment in the room, all the tables, and you actually can see there's like a little kitchenette, and one of the drawers slides open, and you see knives start to...
I shoot her with my magnum.
Can I read a bad situation?
Yeah.
7.
7. You get to ask me 1.
What's the best way out?
The best way out is to just leave this general area. There is still the hallway that continues past the cafeteria. You have to run across the length of the cafeteria to get there, or to go back the way you came.
Guys, we gotta do some table hopping to get out of here.
Sounds dope. Can I quickly send a manipulation?
To her?
Yeah.
What do you want to try to tell her?
Just leave us alone. Please.
Roll it.
What am I rolling? Oh,
manipulate someone.
That would make sense. 13!
So, all the tables fly up into the air. She screams and soars towards you. And as her hand reaches out to you, you close your eyes. And when you open them again, she's gone, and the tables are all kind of in a semicircle around you guys.
Was that my aunt? Did I recognize her?
You look at the picture again. Your aunt, long black hair. The face kind of similar, but the face of this creature, the mouth was too wide, the teeth were too sharp, the eyes were too big. But
same naked body.
Yeah, you've definitely seen
So that was my aunt.
yes.
Guys, that disturbing person was my aunt.
Lisa Cunningham.
So they did experiment on her.
Lisa, I'll save you. Or try. Not die trying, but definitely try.
She'll die for you trying.
You can die. That's fine. What?
Don't tell her that.
What he said.
That's between us.
Never mind.
As you're dilly-dallying in the cafeteria, the tables start to move again.
Yeah.
Run!
I start to
Okay,
run,
we go,
and
we
I
go,
pole
go.
vault over one of the tables. I'm like, guys, we gotta get out of
We
here.
gotta get to the Price's office.
I'm going to have you all make an act under pressure roll.
Okay.
6.
8.
10.
All right. Steve makes it clear across. A table flies at him, and he actually jumps and slides across the flying table, landing on the other
so
side
cool.
and getting to the other. You got an 8.
And I put my
I
sunglasses
got an
on.
8.
You
I see him do that. I'm like, I can do that.
Yeah, you go to attempt the same thing. As you do, your shotgun gets stuck, and you drop it, and it kind of twirls across the room to the middle of the cafeteria.
Gosh!
As the table smashes into a wall, and you land on the other side. You got
6.
You get hit by a table, taking 2 harm.
Oh, no.
Nobody's gonna help me. Cool.
How can I help?
How can you help? Well, you got a 6. Oh, yeah, +1.
Can I, as I do my cool move, I want to slide to one side of the table to kind of rocket up and deflect the table that's flying at.
Roll help out.
Yeah!
Or actually, you know what? This is a protect someone, because you're negating damage. So roll protect someone.
Ooh! 8.
You protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm. So in doing so, you're going to take 1 harm.
Okay.
But Truman takes 0.
Oh, wow.
You deflect the table. It hits away from her, but in flipping the table...
It flips me and I roll out of it.
Yeah.
And then I still get my sunglasses
all
on.
these tables just fly at you guys. Your shotgun
and we're
goes
dodging
flying,
over
you
them.
Dodge, and you deflect a table away, and you guys make it across.
Casper, your shotgun.
I know. Casper. Not a ghost yet, my friend.
Jasper.
It's Jasper.
We're getting all of our names wrong.
We can't remember the names.
I've just had so many concussions.
Yeah.
As you guys...
Your forehead is just squirting blood.
Yeah.
I hand you my hunting rifle and I say, let's keep going.
Dope.
As you guys get to the office of Dr. Price, there's a keypad.
I take out Lisa's.
Doesn't do anything. There's actually a numerical keypad.
Do you have like a
Yes.
I don't know, like a UV light or something to show? Like
I pull out my
Oils.
handy dandy junior detective crack the 4-digit passcode lock kit.
Steve!
I knew my nephew took that because he wanted to get into my safe and he wanted to see all my all my trophies.
Wait, I have his journal. I go through his journal and I
nice.
look for any 4-digit numbers.
Nothing in there.
Is there any
No,
open
he's
offices?
old enough that he wrote down his password somewhere.
Yes, he did.
Is there any open offices around?
Oh, there are several open offices.
Then can I go into one of those offices?
Yeah.
And can I take tape off of a desk?
Yes.
And then can I put the tape onto the key code and then pull it off and look for fingerprints?
Yes.
Is it
And
a
then-
fingerprint lock or like a...
It's a passcode.
Okay.
And then using... So what digits are mostly used?
There's only one fingerprint that comes off. It's on 0.
I press 0 repeatedly.
The door opens.
What worst passcode ever? He probably didn't change the default.
This friggin' security here is just so up and down. It's... You know what? There's a reason it's closed.
Yeah.
This
No
is
wonder
it.
these ghosts
All
get
right,
out.
let's get in
And
here
they
and
don't
close
even
the
obey
door.
like safety thing. They don't even have like a fire escape for their secret lab. Like
Well,
that's
it's at the elevator.
that can't be like meant
Guys,
to
let's get in
code.
the room and close the door quick.
Yeah.
As you guys get into the room, there is a key card sitting on the desk.
Oh, I take it.
Dope.
And
That's
also Dr. Price's computer, as well as a few notes and papers and some...
Any
other-
lab coats?
His lab... No, you already have his lab coat on.
Okay, good. Just making sure he doesn't have 2. I don't like hoarders.
As you wear your third, you try to put on your third.
You guys
laptop.
have obtained a level 5 access code.
Yes.
Now, how far away from me are we from? Where was it? The power room.
The generator is back, actually, by the control room.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go back to the
It's
cafeteria.
down a flight of
Oh.
stairs, but the staircase... Anthony comes on the radio and he's like, I lost you guys there for a second. There was some interference. Are you guys okay?
What was a ghost?
Of course. Yeah.
Jasper's aunt.
We're good.
Jasper's aunt?
Rude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got a better look at her. I'm pretty sure it's the girl in the photo.
Okay. Well, good to know.
And be careful, it looks like she might be flinging tables around the cafeteria.
That's
Also, would've
great
been
information.
Good to know
Uh,
a while ago.
The closest staircase to you guys, there's one just past the cafeteria coming back. If you guys want to take that staircase down, you should be able to find your way to the generator room
So we have to
to
go through,
restore power.
so go through the cafeteria again.
Yes.
Is there any like locks or no, I should say like safes in Price's office? Or
There is a safe.
is there?
Yeah.
Is it a numerical safe?
Use the same code.
It's a combination lock.
Oh.
I'm gonna do 000.
Nothing happens.
Try 1, 2, 3.
Oh, is it written down somewhere?
I'm gonna look on his computer and I'm gonna use investigate a mystery,
Nice.
All right.
Nice, dude.
and I get
That's how you play the game.
like a 14.
Come on.
What would you like to know?
What's his combination?
I'll allow it. You find his combination
So,
on the computer.
What is being
Nice.
concealed? His
It's in a
combination.
notepad on his desktop called All My Passwords.
Yeah. And the password is 0001.
Oh,
We were so close.
So close.
And then I also want to know
I don't think combinations are usually 3, but
Could be
this is
4.
what.
Who knows?
it's 4 now.
Yeah.
I think it always has to be
That
different though.
works.
So it's like
It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 15. Carry on.
And then I want to know what happened here. So using like I'm gonna start looking through like the files and like maybe like alerts. I mean, I'm assuming his email
You
is
find a
logged
lot
in.
of valuable information actually in his files as you're sifting through them and you guys are gathering information.
around the computer screen. Come huddle.
You read an article that states that they have discovered that holy water was an issue, but has since been resolved.
Heyo. Oh, not Heyo.
However, they're still having continued issues with silver.
I have a sword made of silver.
Do you have anything else that's made of silver?
I wonder how good
they've managed to perfect radical healing abilities, except when they come in contact with silver.
Dang it! I wish I would have asked for another sword.
Can you check in your bag and see if you have like a box of like silver bullets?
What I'm gonna just reach in to my bag and I pull out a box of silver bullets.
Yeah. All right.
We should get these loaded up in our guns.
Nice.
Roll me a d6.
6.
You have 6 silver bullets.
Okay, 2
Hey,
each.
all right, nice.
Wait, you have a silver knife, right?
Sword.
Sword.
So 3. Do you want some bullets as well?
3 each.
What I'll do? No, I'm okay. I'll just get up and melee the giant monster.
Yeah, you just get up close. We'll shoot them from afar to protect you.
Can I give someone else my sword? Wait,
I'll take the sword.
I also have. I'll think about it. I'm sure I have something else that's really handy.
If you want the bullets, I'll take the sword.
No, I just want 1 bullet. You guys can have 3 and 2.
I'll take 2.
You can have 2.
Oh yeah, because the score gun isn't. I'll let you have 2.
Inside of the safe, you find actually a little vial labeled test serum number 8.
Oh, wow. Number 8.
And in the computer, you can see that this is, so he has all of them labeled. Lisa was test subject, or Beth, sorry, was test subject number 1. There were 3 after.
Beth was number 1?
Beth, his daughter, was
He
test
made
subject.
his daughter go
He
first.
couldn't find 1 person to go ahead of his daughter.
That was human testing number 1. There were 3 others that he has written just spoiled.
Huh. Is Lisa's name on any of them?
Lisa was test subject number 5.
It seems like it's getting better.
Then there was another spoiled.
Huh.
Then there was Benny. And lastly,
Benny is-
Dr. Price himself.
Dude, what if Anthony was on there? That'd be a trip.
Wait, so that vial is in there?
So Benny
I'm gonna
was
take the
6,
vial.
right? Benny was 6 or 7.
Take it.
I'm a Superman.
That was vial number 8.
I really want
Yeah,
to.
but you
Like,
said-
maybe they did.
Okay, yeah,
perfect
so
it.
there was
So Beth
Beth?
was
Spoiled.
3, so that's 4. Then Lisa was 5. And then spoiled 6. And then Dr. Price was 7, and there's an 8th vial.
Okay. Does it say in the notes when the testing for the holy water was ineffective?
It became ineffective just right before this facility went dark.
So it could still be effective against some.
Yeah, I even think potentially
Least
anything before Price.
the
might
lady.
be. We could
Yeah.
try it.
Like
so
your
it might
aunt.
still be effective against your aunt. So save those bullets for anything like Price and maybe Benny.
Let's
But-
shoot everything with holy water first, and if it doesn't really care, then we shoot it with bullets.
Sounds good.
Where are you headed next?
To the generator?
Yeah.
One last thing that you find in the notes. There's a maintenance report for a repair that needs to be done on a leaking pipe in the 1 level below you guys.
Interesting. Well, sounds
Like this place is falling apart.
yeah.
Can I investigate a mystery?
Yeah. What are you hoping to... You're investigating the office, or...
Specifically the maintenance report.
Okay.
9. So hold 1. What happened here?
The maintenance report seems to indicate that a pipe burst on the lower level and has been causing some flooding in some of the labs.
Nice.
Does it
of
say
holy
where it is?
water.
It shows a room labeled that actually is almost directly below you guys.
Okay. So there's a little bit of leaky water right below us, just so we know.
Truman, you're an ordained minister, aren't you?
Yes.
What if we found the reservoir of water and
And I blessed the whole thing.
you blessed it, and then suddenly
such a holy room.
the whole downstairs is flooded with holy water.
We open up the door, and it's like those gates from The Shining, the elevator doors from The Shining. And then I go, and I surf my way down.
You also surmise from reading this report that the upper level sprinkler system is not working because of the leak. If the leak is fixed, the sprinkler system would work again.
Okay.
Putting
So
together
I
a
could
plan.
bless all of the water and get the sprinkler system working.
Is there, that kind of tape that in the commercial there'll be like a big leak, and then they just go, BAM!
I think that's called duct tape.
Yeah.
It's a little
That's
better than
special
duct
tape.
tape.
It's the stuff that's for waterproofing.
You have some in your bag, right?
I got a 10. I have it.
Perfect.
I ordered a lot of that stuff when it came out.
Just seen on
The
TV stuff.
I've seen on TV stuff. Like, I'm a big fan.
Man.
So you guys,
amazing.
in order to get the stairs, you're going to have to head back past the cafeteria.
I'm going to read a bad situation.
As you're walking into the cafeteria area?
Kind of like, ideally before then.
Okay, so, well, reading a bad situation requires a bad situation to read.
Oh, really?
I got an idea.
Okay.
How about we take one of the tables as we get in? Because there are tables near our entrance.
Yeah,
and that way she can't throw it at us.
Flip it over, and we can use it as a shield to go across.
Nice.
True.
We disguise ourselves as
a table.
Yeah. So you might be able to read your
table.
mind, but like if
I'm
we
gonna-
shimmy across.
I'm gonna get under the table and hold the legs, and then that way, if she throws it, she's just throwing me, and that's just getting closer to my objective.
You know what, guys? I think I should distract her while you two
You sure?
go. Yeah, you should get on the table because she's been reading my mind. She's probably just gonna, jig us up as soon as we go out there. Maybe if I were to distract her, you would be able to get across.
Are you ready to do that, Jasper?
Yeah,
Are you ready to become
it's
Casper?
my aunt. Jasper will not become Casper today. I don't know. I might want to borrow your sword if you don't mind.
I mean, you lost your shotgun.
I
so
lost.
easily.
Well, I do
You
have a
silver bullets.
rifle
You know what
with
I
a
can
silver
do?
bullet.
What do you think would happen if I poured some holy water on you and
Just pour in my mouth. That's all I need.
And yeah,
I'll just communicate telepathically, and then I'll just be standing here like nothing.
Yeah, we do that.
give him a little bit of this.
Jasper, you hear your name again.
I say, "Yes, Aunt Lisa. I know it's you."
And all of a sudden, not of your own accord, you start to feel yourself being dragged across the floor. Like your feet are staying put, but you're being dragged. What do you do?
Is it away from my team?
You're being you guys are down the hallway. The cafeteria is nearby, and you start being pulled towards the cafeteria.
I'm gonna grab
I
Jasper.
grab you as well.
We're grabbing each of his arms.
Slowly, like at first, it's not much of a tug, but then his legs lift up, and he's being pulled. And
Guys, this is pretty cool.
and you see the form of this woman just appear slowly in the hallway right next to the cafeteria. And she starts reaching out towards Jasper and his feet, and it's pulling at you guys. I'm going to have you guys make... you're trying to hold him back?
Yeah.
Both of you can roll an act under pressure roll.
I just chill though, right?
9.
Unless you'd like to do something.
No, 10.
I got
I know my
a
prey.
6.
So you are holding Steve. It's too strong. It slips out of your hand. Jasper's now holding on by one hand.
I think I'm just gonna be like, let me go.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
Okay.
appreciate it, but just get out of here.
Just keep the water.
Yeah, I'm sending this.
Let me go.
All right, so I let him go.
You let him go, and he flies into her grasp, and she grabs you by like the chin,
Oh,
and her mouth opens.
I go, and I spit my water into her mouth.
As her mouth opens, there's like rows of sharp teeth in her mouth, almost like elongates. And as it comes down near your head, you spit
what?
the water
Okay.
into her mouth. I'm gonna have you roll kick some ass.
Yeah, kick some ass.
Does it count as a help because I gave him the water?
Remember your luck points. You have so many.
Yeah.
For this moment.
No. Good call.
But you don't need them.
Yes.
10.
All right, you get to choose.
11.
Okay. So you get to choose either
Yes, 11.
take +1 forward or give +1 forward to another hunter, or you can inflict terrible harm, +1 to your harm. You inflict or you suffer less harm, -1 harm to you, or you force them where you want them. You're going to be receiving harm and you're going to be giving harm, so keep that in mind.
Okay, then I am going to force them where I want them, which is into some friggin' clothes. Yeah, but like in a corner, basically, so that we can get away, because I still want to try to save her.
All right.
We're going to blow up this facility, actually. I mean,
how much harm does the water do?
She's done for.
It's a specialty weapon, so it's 4 harm against a specific creature it targets.
It seems to affect her.
Oh, thank God.
And so, as you spit it into her mouth,
yeah,
there's like sizzling, and she starts screaming and hissing, and then she bites down on your face.
What?
Doing 3 harm.
No!
Oh.
Yowza! It's okay. These are not.
I want to run
you
up.
can use a luck point to take no harm, by the way.
Then I will use a luck point to take no harm.
Ooh,
and I want to run up and I want to take my sword and be like, "Diet, Lisa!" And I just take a chop at like her leg.
As you're running towards her, she throws like she has her mouth around Jasper's face right now.
Mm-hmm. That's not great.
And as you're running, she throws up a hand and stops you in place. What do you do?
Can I help out?
How are you going to help out?
Well, unfortunately, it's going to involve some nipple twisting.
All right. You help out. Roll help out.
Okay.
And yeah. Distract her.
Boom! That's an 11. Those are some purple.
She stops focusing on you, Steve, and you get the attack.
The old purple nurple, and I run in, and I'm gonna give a big swing into her midsection.
Roll kick some ass
with my sword. I get an 8.
8. You inflict harm on each other. How much harm does your sword do?
Oh baby. It's a big old 2, and it's messy.
But it's silver, right?
Yeah.
You cleave her in half.
Woo!
And you
Sorry,
actually
Aunt
see
Lisa.
her start, like, she falls, actually, her bottom half falls to the ground. The top half is still hanging off of your face.
What? Am I still floating?
No, you drop to the ground. And Steve, in a last effort, as you slice through her, she swats at you doing 2 harm.
And I go launching into the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like smash into the wall and fall down. And you guys slump down right by your shotgun. And you like pry her weird face off of yours, which has like these rows of jagged teeth. Almost like her face just like opened up to like consume with like rows of almost like shark-like teeth. And she starts to dissolve.
That's one hell of a reunion.
Nice. Sweet.
She won't be getting a Christmas card in the holidays.
I'm a little
Hope
scarred,
that
you
doesn't
guys.
run in the family.
I lost you guys there again for a second. There was a lot of static. What?
More ghosts.
We murdered Lisa.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's horrible. I mean, that's great. I mean, one of those.
Yeah.
You can choose any one, whatever works best.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Look, Anthony.
You guys need to get to that generator.
Yeah, and she might not be dead. We might have to hurry.
Let's go.
I grab my shotgun.
Start to book it, like run.
You get down, and the entire next level is flooded.
I start to bless it as I'm
Yeah,
going.
nice.
I'm just like, bless the
Doing
holy
your
water
prayers?
as we go.
And I'm gonna be like following behind with some incense.
Yeah.
I'm
going to be duct taping or special taping.
It's-
I have a lot of
about-
incense, so I can.
It's
I
about
can.
ankle deep water, but something becomes very apparent. As you're
nothing.
blessing the water, you get to you can see where the water's flowing out of from a burst pipe.
Oh, there you go.
But you can also see the generator room. But it looks like activating the generator might be a bad idea while the flooding is happening.
Let's patch it up.
I fill up my water, my super
like,
soaker as I go.
I'm gonna do exactly like the commercial says. Like smack it with a block of the special tape.
Because you have this special tape.
As seen on TV.
As seen on TV, it works.
I'm filming you as you're doing it, being like, it works!
This is part of our promotional. We're going to get, hopefully, a sponsor.
They're your latest sponsor. That's why Steve had a roll of the tape.
Yeah, they sent it to us.
This is a true unmasking of a mystery.
And after a few moments, now, interestingly enough, now the water in the pipes is blessed.
Yeah.
And the pipe, you seal it, you seal the burst, and slowly the water starts to move out of the area. And it's kind of flowing down the stairs to lower levels, but because the pipe isn't burst anymore, it kind of takes a while, but back towards where the generator is, it's now just kind of damp.
We need to get those sprinklers going.
Yeah,
we do.
But we need to turn the generator on
to get the elevator. Anthony comes back on. He's like, we need that generator on so we can power the elevator so that you guys can go down there.
What should we do first? Because if we activate the sprinklers, then we might not be able to turn on the generator. If we couldn't do it before.
Are sprinklers just... Oh, I said... Anthony.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect.
You hunk a mountain man. I have a question for you.
Sorry, what was that?
Mountain man.
Yes, that's me.
Are there sprinklers on multiple floors?
Yeah, they can all be activated individually or one at a time. If there is a fire, then you can activate the sprinklers wherever the fire is.
Can you activate them?
It requires... They're on an automatic system, so it requires a fire of some sort.
So normally, well, question, is it one of the ones that has the little thing, if you smash it, they all go off?
We could probably trigger that, but I am worried that the generator might malfunction if it's being sprayed with water, but maybe not. I don't know. This place was built with a generator and sprinklers, so I would hope
and
they
a terrible
well
safety
enough.
system. I feel like we could.
You know, this place was built by like just hired weird strangers. I don't know. It wasn't anything miraculous. This is a weird facility out in the middle of nowhere that's doing top secret experiments. We can't really count on them having perfect security systems.
True.
They did the best they could with the funding that they got from science.
All right, I think we...
I just work here, guys. I'm
Do you work here?
Don't cover them up, Anthony. We're trying to do the same thing here. We're trying to blow this place up.
Yeah, I was only an intern.
We went from assistant to intern now.
Listen, they gave me a lot of fancy titles. Assistant sounded nicer.
You think this is fancy?
Mountain man, you beautiful plaid bearded man.
Anthony, are you with us?
I think so. I mean, not physically. I'm upstairs right now.
Just be ready to tell us the next plan. We're gonna turn on that generator.
All right.
Let's turn it on, and worst comes to worst, we smash a...
Yeah.
You don't like when you
I have the incense. We just put the incense up. It'll trigger.
Do we have someone to light the incense?
Yeah.
You guys...
It's always lit. We smell good wherever we're going.
Yeah, it's been in my bag.
You guys trigger the generator, and all the lights in the facility, you can hear like a woo, and there's like this flickering of fluorescent lights as everything comes back online. And from upstairs, you hear that thumping again.
Going which way?
It sounds like it's far away right now, but it's moving towards you. And Anthony comes back on the radio and he's like, that big thing is coming back around to see what all this commotion is. You guys need to get to that elevator now.
Let's go. Let's go. Which way do we go?
It's right in the middle. It's right across from the front entrance. You guys need to go now.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to take our break. And we are back. We have taken our break. And we are going to jump back into Monster of the Week. For those of you who don't know about Monster of the Week, this is a 2d6 system game by Evil Hat Productions.
Yeah.
So if you want to check them out, it's a little bit different than Dungeons and Dragons and our usual broadcasting. It's a little bit more open-ended, I find, and lends itself more towards improv kind of storytelling. And as you can tell, it can turn very tongue-in-cheek, and I feel like any attempt at horror automatically becomes comedy horror when you have things like telepathy and duffel bags that you can pull anything out of.
Just unusual
water
things.
guns.
I know. It's great. So definitely try out Monster of the Week. It's a really fun 2d6 system game for those of you who really enjoy theater of the mind and kind of role-playing and improv. And if those are your favorite aspects of tabletop games, give this a shot. So we're going to jump back in. Our heroes were just making a dash from the generator room to the elevator.
Yeah.
As you guys round the corner, there's a straight hallway, and you can see the elevator bay right in the middle of this hallway. And as you round the corner, on the other end of the hall, you see this hulking monster step around the corner, and it shines your flashlight over at
Oh, you taunting.
Wait,
and it lets out
did
a
we
roar.
go up to the next floor? The upper floor?
Did you?
I don't think so.
Or is it on the lower floor with us?
Which floor are you on?
Well, consider that the
I thought we
elevator...
were on the same. The elevator is on the. Does it hit every floor?
This is a very special elevator.
Hmm.
So that actually depends. I assume since you were making a dash for the elevator and it was a go, 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 that you went up a level to the elevator.
So we're on the same level as the monster.
If we have to access the elevator in order to go all the way down, using that, yes. But I would say if we could access the elevator
Yeah, on every floor.
on
then
every
we
floor,
would've
there's
stayed
no
on the
point in
same
going up to
elevator.
the crazy
Definitely would.
death monster.
This is a top secret elevator that can only be activated with Price's key code and or key card and yeah. So it's a very special elevator that's only accessed from the top level.
Okay, we need to go up then.
Mhm.
All right, we need to go up. All right, we do the run. We see the monster.
The monster turns the corner as well, and you're on opposite ends of the hall. Elevator in the middle. What do you do?
Run for it.
I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
run and then also telepath. Go the other way. I want to go the other way, is what I tell the monster.
I'm going to give you a manipulate someone
Yeah,
roll.
that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm going to give you a -1 to it.
Okay.
Because this monster has been manipulated by you before and now doesn't like it anymore.
He can deal with it. Okay.
Flashlight back.
So yeah, I got not good.
So as you say
5.
that, the monster roars and starts bounding down the hallway.
Okay.
Uh-oh, is it
Seems
in
a
between
little
us and the
angry.
elevator yet?
Not yet. You're still running for the elevator.
Truman has the access card.
I do. I run ahead.
So the three of you are kind of scrambling down the hallway together. I want all of you to make an act under pressure roll.
Yes. 11.
8.
5.
Steve, you get to the elevator first, and you try to, like, stop yourself, but you're running too fast, and you actually, like, slide across the floor and tumble down as the monster's bounding towards you.
Ah!
You got an 8?
Yeah, I do want to do something.
On an 8, I'm going to give you a worse outcome. So, actually, as Steve tumbles, he actually is going to trip you up. So your worst outcome is you now land flat on your face, tripping over Steve. What did you get?
11.
You make it to the elevator door just fine.
Good, you have the key.
What did you want to do?
I want to use my rifle and, while I'm on the ground, help steady my shot, and using a silver bullet, shoot the monster to try to buy us a couple seconds.
Can I help him? Can I shoot shooting
Get
advice?
up, Steve! Go! Get out of here!
I'm like reminding him of the good shooting advice that I gave him. So I'm like, eyes up, wrist straight, breathe out, and fire.
So your legs are resting on Steve.
Yeah,
Because
don't
you
move,
tripped
Steve.
over him.
No, yeah.
And you're on the ground. You hold up the rifle. Truman starts yelling advice.
Yeah.
You get...
I'd actually like to, if I may change my position, on one knee.
You move up to one knee.
Yeah, kind of setting myself.
You-
Get up on your one knee.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm like about to shoot, but you keep giving. Okay.
Because of the situation, you automatically get to fire at it. It's not close enough to attack you.
Sweet.
So you may fire, and you don't even need to roll kick some ass. How much harm does your weapon do?
Well, it's a silver bullet. A rifle normally is 2 harm.
So specialized weapons on mine, it says like wooden stakes, mallet for vampires, silver daggers, etc. is 4 harm.
This isn't a specialized weapon. This is just the weakness of the enemy, which means that it takes full harm. So it's going to take 2 harm.
Even though it's a silver bullet?
The silver bullet just means that it does harm, as opposed to not doing harm.
Okay.
If it was a regular bullet, it would do the 2 harm, and then it would heal back up pretty quickly.
Okay.
Because it's a silver bullet, you see the wound blow open on his shoulder, and he lets out a roar, which does stop him for a second. Yeah. What would you guys like to do?
I'm going to use panic button. I need to escape, so I'm gonna try to get up and get to the elevator.
Okay.
I get a 6.
So what happens if you fail on the panic button?
Can I help him?
I'm caught halfway out.
No.
Can I grab him and bring him into the elevator?
How close do I make
help out?
Nice.
I mean, I have
you automatically get, okay, you get a plus
So
1.
I get a 7, so I can go or stay, but if you go, it's going to cost you. You leave something behind or something comes with you.
Okay, would you like to go or stay? Should I stay or should I go now?
I'm going. I'm going for it.
You go and you leave behind Jasper.
Okay. That's okay.
And the monster, as you get up...
That's not okay, actually.
His foot was still resting on you because he tripped over you. So as...
No, I'm on a knee position.
You're on a knee position, but he was still like right next to you. So as he gets up, he knocks you over and he runs to the elevator. Yeah. You swipe the key card, the elevator doors open, and you two get in, and the monster pounces with all of its force onto Jasper, and you're gonna roll some kick some ass to see how this goes down.
Get it.
Okay. So that is a 10.
Yeah.
A 10 on kick some ass. So you get to choose either, again, +1 going forward to fight this monster. You inflict terrible harm, so +1 harm. You suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
I'm going to force them where I want them, which is far enough away so that I can get into the elevator.
Do you have your shotgun?
Buddy, yes.
You picked it up after the Lisa episode. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I believe it.
So as the monster's pouncing towards you, it's still going to inflict harm on you.
Yeah.
Let me just see what Benny... How much harm do you have?
This is going to... How much do you give?
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead.
How much do you have to give? Yeah, I have 2 harm.
He lands on you, and he smashes down into you for 3 harm.
Oh.
And knocks you unconscious. He basically punches you in the head, but at the same moment, your shotgun goes off, and he goes flying across the hall. But you are dying.
I want to grab... I'm going to go back out into the...
I'm also
going to... We go and retrieve our unconscious compadre.
Go.
And drag him into the...
It looks like he actually... So, looking at Jasper's face, he has a fracture from the punch that looks like it's broken his skull almost all the way across his face. His whole bottom part is like shifted over. Not just his jaw, but like his nose has moved over as well. His whole face has shifted. As you pull him in, he's not doing too hot.
Okay, Truman, I have an idea.
Do you have a first aid kit in your bag?
I have something better.
What?
I have vial number 8.
Do it!
No!
I'll do it.
No! First aid kit
Pour
first!
the vial into Truman's mouth. It's okay, buddy. You're gonna be a superhuman.
This is gonna save me, right?
My mouth or his mouth?
I mean, in Jasper's mouth. I poured in Jasper's mouth.
I think I can feel it, you guys. Hey, I feel much... Oh, God!
Jasper, you... At first, your like face like snaps into alignment, and at first you feel incredible. You heal all harm.
I feel incredible,
and you gain all of your luck points back.
What?
Wow, that was a good decision.
Hey, you know what? I'm just full of good decisions.
Oh, I feel like I'm.
Look, I'm just glad I have my friend back.
regret this so bad.
I do a backflip.
As
Look,
you ran from the backflip,
serum.
your knees snap
Oh
backwards.
God! Why?
See?
How did this happen?
And your teeth start to fall out.
Did the elevator close?
Everyone
The elevator door closed.
No, I open it back up and I push him out.
Wait, why are you doing this?
And I
Why are you doing
and I
that?
close the elevator.
Truman.
How are you my friend?
No.
Is it because I'm not good on
The
camera?
doors close as Jasper's left out there looking disfigured. And as Jasper's banging on the elevator door, the creature that he just blasted with a shotgun kind of turns and slumps over and stands back up and looks at you.
Hey.
We cut to the elevator.
Sorry, Jasper. I wasn't even dealing with a
Truman.
psycho ghost.
We had a chance to save our friend. Maybe he could have.
He wasn't our friend anymore. You turned him into a crazy monster.
We don't know if it was spoiled or not. We didn't have enough time to
His
investigate.
knees went backwards.
Maybe that's like better. That's how some animals run, and they run faster
Animals.
than humans.
Animals.
Anthony comes on the radio and he's like,
Does this work in the
guys,
elevator?
what just happened? I have video surveillance and Jasper's running around with inverted legs.
Yeah.
Do you know how
Steve,
efficient inverted legs are for running?
Thank you, Anthony.
Steve gave him
Thank
some
you.
serum that we found in the good doctor's office, and
He's-
now
Like, he is fighting a monster upstairs. He's doing flips and, like, cartwheels, and it is... you are missing a show, guys.
If you
We'll
could just
send the
screen record
elevator
it,
back up.
you could just make sure to record that.
I'm gonna see what
Anthony.
I can do.
But we're on a mission down this secret elevator that we found pretty easily.
And as you say that, you stop. And the doors open.
and I have my water gun ready.
It opens up to a lab. And in this lab, you see several computers as well as 3 large canisters. And when I say canister, I mean like they're human-sized tubes. One of them has a cloth draped over it. The other one, the largest one, is smashed open and it has a tag on it that says Benny. The one with the drape over it says Lisa. And there's finally one more tank that's still filled with murky water, and you can just make out a figure inside of it, and it's labeled Beth.
I immediately start blessing the water inside of the tube. I'm like,
Really?
nope.
Holy water, holy
Great
water.
idea. Great idea.
Get that incense.
Yeah, I'm gonna just, and I'm also mourning Jasper because I do not know the current state.
Yeah, you.
Beyond the lab,
I made him a superhuman.
there's
He's better
a
than
set
us now.
of double
He'll never
doors.
be our friend.
And you can see like flickering lights coming from past the set of double doors.
Anthony,
Yeah,
where do we need to place the mines to bring this place down?
the room just past this lab, there's a lot of structurally integral beams that would probably be good to place it on. That's also where the passage is.
I feel like Jasper had one of the mines.
Jasper.
Jasper, can you copy?
Hello? What is this thing? What's up with my knees? Guys, I am
Jasper.
so effed up right now. What the fuck?
Embrace your new running efficiency.
Just run away from the big monster.
You got
We'll be
it.
back up.
Maybe, Anthony, is there another way we can bring down the facility?
2 mines might do it. They just need to be placed in the right spot. I don't know. We're gonna have to go for it. Either that, or I can come down there and try to get the mine from Jasper, and I can meet you guys down there.
You may want not want to.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to talk to Jasper.
I want to investigate a mystery.
Okay.
Because I'm not convinced. You said there was a drape over the one that was Beth, right?
Over the one that was Lisa.
And is there anything in?
Beth is still in the
the thing?
tank, but you can not really make her out because of the murky water.
Okay. 10. I got
All right, so you get to ask 2 for investigate a mystery.
For the one that's Beth, I want to ask, what can hurt it?
Beth was one of the first experiments, but it seems so. There's like lab notes next to the Beth too, and reading through it, she was the first case of not being affected by holy water.
Oh.
She was the first test for that, and she was the first one to successfully test that. Then they backwards engineered it to figure out how to make the rest of them like that. You can tell from reading through the notes, Lisa did not gain that property. Neither did Benny. But the doctor perfected it for himself.
Okay. For Benny, smashed open, where did it go?
Benny, from reading the documents and the description to what Benny became, Benny's the creature that is currently fighting Jasper. Jasper, we cut to you.
Finally!
You looking at one of your hands, you have 8 fingers. You don't remember when that happened, but one of your hands has 8 fingers. The other one has 3. And the monster is bounding.
It's magic. He's
the
magic.
monster's running towards you.
Okay.
What do you do?
Using my extreme agility with backwards knees, I'm going to run towards the... Wait, Benny is the one that was... I don't know this.
Giant, bulky...
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
so I'm going to pretend I'm just going to... I literally forgot. Anyway. I'm going to run towards the...
Benny's upstairs!
Yeah. Benny's upstairs! It's a Benny! I don't know why I'm talking like an idiot.
Your jaw's still broken.
Your jaw's doing some weird things. Like, there's weird stuff happening.
Getting used to my own body!
There's like you're getting like taller. Like every second, like something different is happening with your body.
I'm going to go towards the facility, or like where the freaking power was, and is there still like some water in there that we made holy? Screw it. I'm gonna. It doesn't even matter if there's water in there. I'm gonna stand kind of deeper in, and then he's like, I'm gonna try to lead him towards me, and then I'm gonna have like my gun kind of casually at my side, but it's aimed at the pipe above the door.
All right. As Benny bounds towards you, he leaps into the air.
I shoot my gun so that it hopefully hits the pipe.
Roll, kick some ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Does being a luck, please.
All right, so you automatically succeed on the roll.
Nice.
You shoot the pipe. It bursts, doing 4 harm to Benny.
Yeah, take it.
He's still standing, but you can see it sizzling off of him. His body is starting to like decay.
I'm gonna jump over him.
He grabs you and slams you back down into the ground and crushes you in his hand, doing 5 harm.
No, I'm
Luck point.
Remember, luck point.
Oh, if only I were lucky. Psych!
You burst out of his hand and start galloping down the path. But then, as you're doing that,
Epic battle.
your legs explode into bone and gore.
Damn it!
And you take 3 harm.
Are you kidding me?
And you're now lying on the ground without any legs.
You did this to
He lived a majestic leg reversal life.
And then your hands like twist back and start to like mutate even further, and your arms turn into legs.
Aha! Much better. I'm gonna have to take. Oh, shoot! It is my last.
No, but you got all your luck and your harm removed when you transformed. Remember?
You're right.
So you're fine.
You're good. You're good.
Everything's
But
fine.
you did just take.
Sorry, folks.
You did just take 3 harm.
That's okay. So
And you
This
don't
is like a
feel
picture
good.
with
Like
stuff already.
Jasper, you're starting to decay.
Um,
It doesn't seem like the formula is working well with your blood.
it is. Yeah. I'm gonna be doing my handstand on my feet, and oh, crap, we don't have the key card. I can't open up the elevator, can I? I'm gonna try just being like, fuck it, maybe I have superhuman strength, and I'm gonna try to open up the elevator door.
You do have superhuman strength. And it screeches open. We cut back down to you two in the lab.
I want to look for some sort of improvised explosive that can serve as the third mine.
Roll act under pressure. We're going to see how your science skills work in this situation.
Oh, I got a 5. That's like a huge fail.
You start mixing some chemicals on the desk.
No, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to use my last luck point. I have to.
And the chemicals at first look like they're about to explode in your face. You add a little pinch of something else, and it calms down, and you like create this fine powder that you like put in, I don't know, you create a bomb. I don't know how I don't actually know how that works. There's like powder and chemicals involved. And there. Amazing. You did it.
Okay, we can use this, Truman, as the last bomb. We need to find a way. The only other thing is I kind of feel responsible for the whole Jasper incident, so I also want to look for an antidote.
Okay, I'll look for an antidote as well. Can I help him look for an antidote?
We want to look for an antidote. Somewhere around here there must be some sort of reversal or some sort of cure that we're working on.
Why would he make a cure for something that he deemed was human perfection?
Well, Jasper, I hope you enjoy your new hand legs.
I want to look not in his stuff, but is there Lisa's stuff around? Because I assume Lisa thought this was all crazy nutso, so maybe she was secretly working on an antidote.
You find no evidence of an antidote.
Like, we're looking for, like, an antidote. Like, you know what an antidote not an anecdote, but, like, an antidote. Like, we're scouring through, like, maybe even, like, as, like, a fail-safe if someone, like, accidentally, like, injected, like, a bear.
If you wanted to take the time, you could work in this lab for a little bit longer and try to reverse engineer the formula.
Well, if there's anything I know about bomb making...
What's the Mountain Man?
Anthony.
Listen, Anthony, if we wanted to reverse engineer some sort of antidote to this, my mountain science man, plaid, bearded mountain science man, how would you do that?
Well, that would take probably months of research and testing. And
listen, you are working here. Do you not have any information about how to do this in like 5 minutes? Come on.
Hustle, Anthony.
Guys, I have to tell you something.
You didn't even work here, did you?
No, I did. I worked in IT.
Oh my God. I knew it. And you're responsible for security? The 0000s?
Listen, I'm not gonna hold this against you, you majestic.
You're on silence.
You majestic mountain man. Just no. Bad
I
Anthony.
know science. I was working. Like I'm in school to be a scientist. I can make bombs.
You're in
well,
science
we already
school.
did that. We could have used you like 5 minutes ago.
I made your other bombs. What do you want? I'm up here giving you advice in the
Look,
tower
I just turned
over
off
here.
I'm tired of excuses.
For a minute.
You know what?
You get
help
the timeout.
Help me affix these bombs to the pillars.
All right, let's do this.
No, so as you guys leave the lab, because that's where you're going to affix the bombs, not in the lab.
Yeah.
I mean, we
the other
do it
thing.
in the lab. No, the other thing.
Do you want to help me?
Yeah,
So you guys are heading into the next room?
but cautiously, because I don't know what's down here.
As you open the double doors, you come into a very bizarre sight. It's this large underground chamber. And there are several pillars along the sides. And in the middle, along the wall, is something that you can't really explain. You've never seen anything like it before. There's almost like a gate. This archway. But through the gate, all you see is this like black void. And you can all hear... Oh, Jasper's upstairs fighting.
I turn on the walkie-talkie.
You hear this kind of like... like just emanating from it. Not like an angelic, but sort of more like an ominous, like a chorus of deep... and it's like emanating. And standing in front of it, you see a man. with very sharp features. He has glasses on, and he's standing there in front of this gate. And as you walk in, he turns to you two, and he smiles, and he's like, "Hello, welcome.
Creepy.
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Price."
Oh, God.
Senior? It's like, not there.
We cut to Jasper.
Yahoo! All right.
So you now are.
Hey, you guys! I'm coming down! I'm on my way down!
Turn this from Resident Evil to the Goonies.
So you're with your feet, hands. You're trying to clamber down the
climbing
ladder.
What's that sound?
This is my face though. I'm hanging. Oh, what? Okay.
So
yeah.
as you're climbing down, the creature, the Benny, comes to the top
Come on!
of the elevator shaft and looks down at you. And he swings down and very
Benny.
He's very agile. He starts like swinging down towards you.
Jesus.
What do you do?
I am going to. Do I have any hands?
You can let go of the ladder with one.
So I do have hands, not just feet hands.
They're like,
Feet hands.
They're
like
weird.
monkey
It's
hands.
weird. It's like you can maybe grip it. You can like you can like link in there and like when you're on
But
like
then
the monkey
do
bars.
I have hands? Okay, so I have feet.
You only
hands.
have 2 limbs.
Do I
you have 2
hand
limbs.
Feet? Okay.
And
down to
actually,
2.
you know what? At this moment, your feet hands
Gosh.
actually start to turn into like
Not
tentacles.
again. Ooh, I can dig that.
And your lower jaw just falls off.
Okay.
I'll have to telepath everything.
I take some of the responsibility.
I'm gonna just use my tentacles to climb up to him. You know what? I'm sick of running. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna try to climb on him and like use my garrote. and strangle him.
You put the garrote
I
around
don't
his neck
have
with
the
your
best
tentacle
grip
hands.
with this.
He
But I-
lets go, and you both start falling down the elevator
This is what I
shaft.
wanted.
And how much harm can you do with the garrote?
I can do 3 harm intimately.
It's super intimate.
I whisper.
So you are wrapped around Benny as the two of you fall, and you actually like kind of pull it through his head. And his head falls off, and the two of you fall. And we cut back to the two of you standing before Dr. Price.
Hello, Dr. Price.
Well, it's about time we met you. I've read all your journals,
I take my camera
and
out.
I've been kind of through a lot of your stuff. I hope that's okay.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
For this show.
You've come to see what we've created here.
I gave one of your serums to my friend. It turned him into some kind of monster.
It turned him into perfection. If he couldn't handle the serum, then that was his own fault. Those who are worthy will become the new humans.
Is there a cure? There must be a cure.
Who needs a cure? I have taken the serum, and look at me.
How is yours different than the one upstairs?
It depends on several factors. We've been experimenting with people's blood types and different DNA structures, and I have perfectly formulated it to myself to make me in complete control of it.
What's your blood type?
That's not important.
I looked through his journal just to see.
We found that Lisa, the serum earlier versions worked on her. Why didn't it work on her nephew?
We're still trying to figure out exactly why. It works on some but not on others, but the human testing must continue if we are to make it perfect for everyone. And eventually, we can bring it to the whole world. A new species of humans who can do anything.
Oh, I don't know if we're allowed to do that.
We can cheat death.
So unethical.
We understand death now. We're learning about it.
So unethical.
We can take what death has taught us, undo it, transform ourselves, become more than we were. Would you two like to join me?
Nah.
Do you have more of the serum?
I can work on more, if you two... I need new lab assistants. The previous ones are not as great in the lab as they used to be. Steve.
I have to tell you.
Steve Ashcroft.
Oh my gosh, how do you know my name?
I just know.
Oh wow.
You're quite good at making things. I could use you. We could do some tests. We can make a serum perfect for you.
I think I'm ready. I want you to start working on the serum. And I want to roll manipulate someone.
Okay.
Nice.
8. They'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show how much, show that you mean it.
Take my hand, Steve. Take my hand.
I'm gonna look at Truman.
I want to show you something.
And I'm gonna take his hand.
I don't know what the wink means.
As you take his hand starts to turn into like a weird, gross black tendril that wraps around your wrist, and he pulls you closer. And he starts to smile, and you see his mouth start to, like, widen. And he's like, look into the passage. And he kind of wraps around you, and he goes to hold you up to the passage. What do you do?
I want to try to kick my legs and arms, anything that's free, to the edges of the passage to try to... And then I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it. Do not look at it. It is the Ark of the Covenant. Do not look at it.
Roll act under pressure.
Truman, blow this place up.
I know.
11.
All right. You manage to prop yourself up, but he is starting to, like, you actually feel more of these tendrils start to, and you turn around, and he just has, like, parts of his body have become tendrils that are all wrapping around you and pushing you in towards this passage. Truman, what are you doing?
I have one of the bombs, right? Do you have another bomb?
I have the homemade one and the...
So you have 2 of the bombs.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to set up the bomb immediately behind me. And as soon as I hear it on, I want to take my gun out with the silver bullets and start shooting at big, scary doctor.
As you do so, you see another tendril fly off his back towards you. Roll kick some ass.
Yeah! Nice. Woo!
11.
What would you like to do extra? More harm, less harm, put him where you want him, or +1 going forward fighting him?
He's doing harm to me?
He will be doing harm to you, yes.
Less harm to me.
All right. The tendril smashes you away from the mine. Luckily, you already placed it, doing 3 harm. And since you did a -1...
I take nothing!
2 harm.
Because I have +2 armor!
And you fire into him. What does your gun do for harm?
3.
And it's silver bullets?
Yes. In my assault rifle.
You fire it, and it bursts a hole through him, and he actually screams, and when he screams, his mouth transforms into this wide, horrible mouth, and he actually drops you, Steve, for a second.
I want to run away, and I want to use panic room. Panic room, and I'm going to try to run away from this dude. I get an 11.
Nice.
So what happens?
I set out to do the thing.
Panic button?
Yeah, panic button. On a 10+, you're out of danger. No problem.
So you scramble away with this opening, and he turns around furious, and he throws out a ton of tendrils towards Truman. Jasper.
Hey, Dr. Price!
No, wait. You're still falling. You are about to land on the top of the elevator at the bottom of the shaft.
I'm going to rotate the big headless monster underneath me to make a nice soft landing.
You do that, taking half the harm you would have, which means you take 3 harm.
What if I use a luck point?
Then you take none.
then I will do that.
You're so powerful.
And in this moment,
so superhuman.
So as you land, you actually, your body splits open.
Again!
And
what's gonna happen now?
And Benny's body merges into yours, and you absorb him, and you kind of stand up, and there's still Jasper's face. But it's like attached to this like mound of just meat with like one leg and one arm, and the rest is just like this flopping pile of meat. And you smash through the elevator. And you burst into the room with Dr. Price.
Now
and
can I say my cool line?
And he's
Hey! There's a cool line. I didn't say it
the
before.
price is wrong.
Doctor, forget it. That's cooler.
I mean, no, you do you. You do you.
Okay.
I'm filming it. Go.
Okay. All right. Take 3, everybody.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Is
We'll
everybody listening? Okay, I'm not gonna do this again. Hey, Dr. Price. Say hello to your greatest experiment. And then I bound towards it.
Camera ran out of batteries.
Yeah, we were
Come on!
Dr. Price's tendrils immediately dart away from Truman towards you.
But using my telepathy, I read a bad situation, and
Go ahead, read
somehow
a bad situation.
that was hopefully helping me.
You get to ask me some questions.
Okay. I don't know if this is gonna. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead.
Your brain is a little mushy right now. You're only focusing on killing Dr. Price. Nothing else.
All I was focused on was delivering a cool line. I can't think of anything else.
Roll kick some ass
All
for
right.
you and Dr. Price as
Yes.
you collide with each other.
Tentacle
Okay.
fight.
And
Awesome.
as you're moving towards him, he lifts into the air, and like these tendrils are kind of carrying him around as he's like moving around the room towards you.
Love it. So to kick some ass, I'm gonna have an 8.
All right.
Can I?
So
Oh, no, never mind.
on an 8, you guys do damage to each other equally.
Oh.
Your big lumbering form, I'm going to have you do the same amount of damage as Benny, which is going to be 3, or it was 3 harm for the smash, yeah. So you smash into him for 3 harm, and he tendril whips you for 2 harm.
Okay.
And he starts to wrap around you, so now you are kind of being held by him. What are the two of you doing?
I yell at Steven, I'm like, get the bomb set up! And then I start to fire the rest of my silver bullets.
And I quickly start to attach the second and third bomb to the
All right.
pillars.
So,
I'm starting to work on it.
act under pressure, kick some ass.
9.
All right, so with a 9 for act under pressure, your homemade bomb, as you go to set it, you click, and it doesn't set. It looks like some of the wiring is loose.
I have a trigger in my bag. A new trigger. A better one. It's for a barbecue lighter. No, it's somewhere, but I need time to get it.
Oh my
A tendril
God.
grabs you and rips you away and tosses you across the room, doing 2 harm. Truman,
10.
what else would you like to do with your kick some ass? +1 going forward, inflict terrible harm, suffer less harm, or force them where you want.
Less harm for me.
All right. So, again, that's only going to be with the -1. It's 2 harm, which means you take none because you're invincible.
Because I have 2. Yeah, I am invincible.
And how much
2
harm?
armor.
How much harm do you do? 3.
3.
He kind of gets blasted, and his tendrils again fly off of Jasper, who is kind of turning into just a... You can only barely make out Jasper's face on this creature. And Dr. Price is standing there in front of the dark passage, and he like comes to and he's like, my son,
Daddy!
we could make you so much more. Join me.
Nope, Jasper. You're part of this team now.
You guys,
Now?
I think I found my true calling. Damn it. Hanging out with crazy doctors. don't worry about me. I'll be okay. And then in my telepathy, I'm going to be like, guys, I'm fucking with you. I'm going to go screw this guy up. And then, using more telepathy, I'm going to go inside Dr. Price's brain as I kind of walk towards him, just kind of like, style. And I'm going to just be like, I love you. Just let's do this. Let's just be monsters together. And I just want to give him a big old hug.
Roll manipulate somebody.
Sweet. Okay. That is 8.
8. He reaches out again and he's like, take my hand.
You take my hand, Dad.
He grabs your hand.
Hug me.
And again, he starts to move you towards the passage.
Yes, this is what I want. But I still have the mine within me somewhere. And I just want to be like, can we just hug it out first?
He embraces you.
Click.
You guys need to run. As he clicks, there's this sudden silence in the room.
Oh! I'm going to say run. Before I click.
Okay.
Okay.
He says run. What do you guys do?
Run!
Jasper!
And I grab Steve's arm and I just start to drag him out of here.
As you two run out of the room and back to the elevator shaft, the elevator is damaged from the two of them falling and landing on it.
Sorry.
You have a grapple hook in your bag, don't you?
I absolutely, positively, 100%. My nephew didn't take it.
You pull out the grappling hook and fire it. And as you two link arms and fly up, there's an explosion and the entire basement starts to collapse. And Anthony, now, as you guys are running back to the elevator, you notice something. Right before you grapple hook, as you run by, just as you're leaving, you look back into the lab as you fly away. Beth's tank is empty.
But it was full earlier.
And
in my last brain cell life, can I just be like, I love you guys.
They hear it.
Very nice.
You guys come to
I can still hear Jasper's
the
voice.
elevator. You guys come to the elevator shaft. You pull yourself up, and Anthony's standing there by the front entrance.
Like down the hallway?
Like, basically, so the elevator's here. There's the door here that leads into the front entranceway. And you can see through the door he's just standing there, and he's kind of looking off to one side in terror.
Anthony, get to the car!
I have my one bullet left and I'm starting out and I'm like...
I pull out my
assault
sword.
rifle.
You burst into the room just as this elongated female form with like these long legs. She looks like she's almost like 10 feet tall, and her arms are almost dragging along the ground, and she reaches out and grabs Anthony's head and lifts him up. What do you do?
Shoot her arm!
I'm gonna go to try to chop her arm off.
Or shoot her face. I'm gonna shoot her face. Go for the arm!
I'm gonna try to release Anthony from her grasp by just chopping like right into the
whole building starts to shake. I'm gonna have both of you guys roll kick some ass.
Woo!
Luck point!
Oh yeah, 12.
What would you like to do?
My last luck point.
So when I kick some ass, I'm still gonna take some harm, but I want to inflict terrible harm.
All right. How much harm does your sword usually do?
2.
2? So it's going to do 3 on Beth. And what about your gun?
Mine does 3.
You destroy her.
Yes!
You just like, you
Nice.
slice and dice through her. She does, as you guys are attacking though, swipe at both of you with a claw and manages to get both of you, doing 2 harm to each
Nothing!
Nice, nice.
I forget what I had on me where I gave myself armor.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's part of the car or something.
The building starts to crumble as the explosion reverberates through, and parts of the ceiling are falling. The entrance is close by, but it looks like the whole front of the building is starting to cave in from the explosions.
Run.
Panic room. Panic.
Run away!
You're doing panic button? I'm going to have you make an act under pressure roll.
I get a 10. You're out of danger.
8.
No problem.
All right. You make it out no problem. Truman, you're running. Anthony is injured. Here's your tough choice with your 8. You can make it out and leave Anthony behind. Or you can save Anthony and the roof will collapse on you.
Bye, Anthony. You could have been a better scientist and helped us with a cure.
I'm working on the cure. And then the roof caves in on him.
At least you saved the footage.
I shed 1 tear. Yeah. Oh, wait, where's the camera?
The camera was left in the basement and got blown up.
Oh, come on.
And Jasper.
Oh.
You're just floating through a void with the doctor. You actually, Jasper, in the last moments, you fell into the dark passage.
Oh, cool.
You were blown into it with the doctor, and you absorbed him as well.
Ooh, I feel a little freaky.
And Jasper, you're now just this giant floating meat in the underworld death realm. And Jasper sails off
in my head at all times.
into the death realm.
Wait, can you mentally communicate with us in the death realm?
Yeah. Guys, I'm fine.
I can still hear his voice and his theme song.
You guys can hear Jasper faintly in your heads, as if he was still there.
It's like he's always with us now.
And I imagine we jump in the convertible, and it's cold.
You jump into the very, very cold convertible. And it takes like 8 tries, but you eventually get it running. And as you're driving away, you see a series of helicopters coming in to your rescue.
Damn FBI.
A little too late.
Yeah.
They couldn't come in until you radioed for them, which you never did, but luckily Anthony did for you.
Wait, no, we got the radio tower working, right?
Yeah, and then Anthony radioed for help before you guys went into the facility.
True.
Nice.
So you guys sail off into the sunset.
We're gonna need a new
And
psychic.
me in a black.
And Jasper...
Looks like we're gonna need a new psychic.
Hey guys, I'm Casper. Oh, I'm Casper now.
We're gonna, Casper, the ghost psychic, who only talks to us from the void.
I can speak with the dead.
Maybe.
I cannot speak with the living. I can only
Maybe
speak with
the
dead.
story will continue with Casper, the friendly Jasper.
Nice.
But in the coming days, what happens to Jasper the blob of dark matter in the dark realm? What happens to Steve Miami Ashcroft, and what happens to Truman? I'd like to hear from each of you the ending, your conclusion to your character.
I hang up my sunglasses and I retire in Mexico.
No more ghost hunting for Steve?
No, I've seen too much, and I really miss Florida, specifically Miami. But I can never go back there because it'll remind me too much of my friend who I lost, and my other friend who lost the camera. And the pain is just too real. So I retire in Mexico and set up a wood carving where I carve little miniature versions of all the different monsters I've seen, and I paint them and I pass them off as like ancient voodoo magic.
You actually find a lot of success in the D&D market.
Fair
People
enough.
are buying your little monster figures to use in their Dungeons and Dragons games at home.
And I go, beware, beware, it still floats.
Yeah, people come in to hear your stories, but they all think you're just some crazy drunk.
I am. I get really drunk a lot. Like I become, I really find the bottle, and because of all the head trauma, I can only assume that I've become a little unstable.
So unstable Steve Miami Ashcroft carving wood figures and selling them in Florida somewhere.
Mexico.
Mexico.
I had to leave Florida. I couldn't go back.
Truman.
Knowing that there is a void of death and beyond out there, still haven't figured out what's happened to my brother. So I dedicate my life working with the FBI to uncovering this. And one day, I call up Steve in Mexico and I say, Steve, I think I found a way to get my brother and Jasper back.
And then it says, to be continued.
But
then after... Okay, yeah, sorry.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Nice.
And then to be continued. And then the credits roll. And then the after the credits scene. Jasper, what's happening?
All right, so I'm in the underworld, and I've like absorbed a couple of like shady businessmen, but now I'm like business savvy, and then I start communicating with my telepathy, like a medium up in the world, like Earth, and we start kind of a romantic relationship, just kind of like telepathy sex, just like kind of talking dirty with each other. And
like
then
a Miss Cleo sort of vibe
yeah,
to it?
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And then I meet someone, and they tell me their last name's Truman, and I'm like, I got someone who I think wants to meet you. And then I call up my medium girlfriend, and then it fades to black.
And that, my friends, is where we will conclude this story of Monster of the Week. I know we're a bit early, but
what a cohesive story.
Wow.
Like we really wrapped that up. I feel like we put a bow on it.
Yeah.
I feel like it was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
I
liked it a
feel like
lot.
we were able to successfully
Yeah, I think we endgamed it.
we endgamed it.
For all of you watching at home, I want to thank you so much. This was very much an experiment. I have never ran Monster of the Week before this.
And you did great, Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, thank you
big
to
shout
our
out to
keeper
Kelly.
of secrets and
The
stories.
keeper of secrets.
Yeah.
Now, I hope that we can do more of this in the future. We have a lot of ideas. If you enjoyed Monster of the Week, this was a very sporadic campaign, I will say, and a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing with you guys. You guys are insane. And no matter what situation I threw at you, you found the wackiest and zaniest way to overcome it. And I don't even know what to say about that. It's insane.
A testament to our character.
It's hilarious to play with you guys just because of how improv it all needs to be, because I just need to try to keep things grounded in it. Well, grounded in a sense of horror reality. Well,
You're
you
gonna
guys,
ground me.
so if you guys enjoyed Monster of the Week, please let us know, because we would love to do more, but we want to hear if you want to see more Monster of the Week so that we can continue doing it. Tell us if you want more of these three, and just let us know what you thought of the episodes this season, what worked, what didn't work, what we could improve on, and we'll try to grow from there. And for the next season, I'm going to actually write the plot ahead of time rather than making it up episode to episode and trying to just figure out where we're going to go.
Yeah. Did great, though.
Yeah.
I think
a lot of fun.
I think we all had a lot of fun.
It was
So much
some-
fun.
Steve, there was nothing in your bag tonight.
I other than the grappling hook, the duct tape that saved everyone, the silver bullets.
Silver bullet.
Okay, those are 3 clutch examples, but at the beginning, you couldn't find anything.
Well, I left it all. Like my nephew took it. Like I just don't know how to explain that to you. He's super interested in
You
super
need to lock
soakers.
it up.
And what else? Did
Well,
he
we got
take?
a super soaker, just like a little one.
The break into
everything.
any code 3000 that I had stored there.
I mean, if I were a kid, first thing I would have taken that grappling hook. But he left that. So
Yeah, it was
that's really
under-
what matters.
That was
Under a piece
lucky.
of-
That was lucky.
Yeah, under jacket, an old
So-
jacket.
Yeah.
A very, very
Because he
special
takes all
thank
the
you
time.
to our players tonight, Jill, Mitch, and Joe. And an extra special thank you to Kyle.
Yeah. Bring it in.
Yes, the hand
hand.
that was in the.
And
Yeah,
Kyle,
made a
did you
cameo.
enjoy your cameo appearance?
Yeah, no, that was great. I was wondering where that hand
Awesome. Yeah. Kyle's other hand had been lost years ago, and we found it in that air vent. Yeah. So
And then blew it up.
that was his thumbs down hand, which he
Yeah.
no longer has access to, which is why he only, even if he
Only
doesn't
thumbs
like
up.
the episode we just filmed, he still can only give a thumbs up. It's incredible. Thank you all so much for watching. The music tonight was provided by Tabletop Audio, as is with all of our music in all of our shows. And make sure to tune in next week where we continue Shadows of Drakenheim and see what is lying in the creepy, scary swamp that none of us know about, and it's freaking us out a lot. And yeah, we have some interesting stuff coming up. So make sure to check out Shadows of Drakenheim. Let us know if you want more Monster of the Week. Anything else to add?
I just want to say thank you for letting me play and be a part of this, because
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun, and I hope you all had fun as well. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time in the Shadows of Drakenheim.